All right, we live.
We live.
It's your homeboy DJ Jig Tight,
It's your boy Rob.
and this is what we
What we
know.
know.
What up, though?
What up, though?
We finally in this piece, man.
Yeah,
We over here.
yeah. Well,
Yes, sir.
What about 3 weeks?
It's been a minute, man.
And we had episode 9.
Episode
We're
9
almost
down.
at 10. We're almost at 10.
That's what I forgot to put on the damn on the thing. Episode 9, but we'll go back to it, man.
Oh yeah, we fixed that.
We'll definitely go back
That's
to it.
a long ass.
Hell yeah, that clap like we got a big ass like that's a standing ovation right there. That's a standing ovation, man. Welcome everybody to the motherfucking. I was about to say Tight to Death show. My bad. What We Know podcast with your homeboy DJ Jig Tight and your homeboy Rob.
What's the deal?
And we got a nice little. Let me make sure this shit is popping. We got a nice show coming out, man. Coming up today. We're gonna be talking about sex. So everybody's damn
sex,
greatest.
baby.
Yeah, this is everybody's favorite subject about sex. We'll be talking about what it is that your parents taught you about sex, what it is that you learned about sex, and what would you tell your goddamn kids about sex? It's gonna be kind of interesting tonight, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, there's layers to this.
It's definitely layers to it, no doubt about it. But we definitely gonna get there. So let's check and see. Let me make sure we on everywhere. Let me make sure we on Facebook. Let me make sure we on.
And make sure y'all follow us. Follow my Instagram, thankful_Robert. And also follow the podcast, What We Know No, damn. Been so long since.
Right, it's been a minute since we've been, man.
What We Know _podcast. So, you know what I'm saying? Check us out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. James, so we are on Facebook.
DJ Jig Tight.
Yeah, we on there. We on here. We rocking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, there's been a lot of shit going on.
A lot of shit, bro.
Ukraine.
Oh, man.
You got Russia taking over Ukraine. You got a lot of crazy shit going on over there in Europe right now. Have you followed it, bro?
I followed a little bit. I don't know too much of the details. Like honestly, I was waiting on you to because I know you be on that shit. So I was really waiting on you, put me on on the details, everything what's going on. Like I know the basics, I understand what's going on, but you know what I'm saying. But why is it going on?
Oh shit! It's always about. I mean, land, territory. Yeah. It actually it's just something based off of what's going on over there. So I mean, when you look at the politics of it or whatever, I haven't really been following it. Normally I would, but shit has just been a lot of shit going on in the world, man. There's been a lot of shit going on in my life, so I ain't really followed it too much. I be trying to follow that, but you know, when I was younger, when I was especially being in the military, dog, that was one of the biggest things we used to do. CNN, anything that had to do with world news, we definitely had to be up on it because at the end of the day, the military is going over there, and even though it ain't none of our business, at some point.
I was just about to say that. What you think about Biden talking about we basically ready for war?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Look, when you talk about world issues like that, it all bases down on the economics. Yep. When you talk about, like I said, it has to do with cats out here. Really, these are what you call the billion and trillionaire corporations, the world corporations. So whatever it is, they're not going to really, you have to actually go through a channel or you have to go through a media that does not have anything to gain other than to give people the news. Yeah. And that's very difficult when you don't understand. You have to go to, China, US, news outlets and things like that. But if you go to CNN and you go to, all these damn outlets that we be looking at every day, Fox News and all that shit, it's not gonna really. They're not gonna give you the real.
No.
But I'm gonna put this in the chat, man. Once we start getting into the topic, you guys can call in or you can use this link on StreamYards. I'm gonna put this into the I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna put it into the chat, and you can hit that link in there, and you can call in when we actually get in there. Hopefully, we have some guests to come in also to actually speak about this whole topic, also, man.
Yeah. So hold on. So let's keep talking about this for a minute, right? So I see a lot of people, and like me, I tell people, hey, I feel like it's nothing to play around with. Like, I think it's definitely serious, but people is like, I don't know, kind of like afraid. Like, okay, what if they come down here? And I'm just thinking, like, well, as America, ain't we like really set up for that?
You
Like,
talk about they come down. You talk about coming to America.
yeah.
You know how hard it is.
Because after what Biden said, like, oh, we ready for war, people say, oh no.
No, he mean we ready for war on other people's territory.
Yeah.
One of the rules in war, for one, is that you don't fight on your own territory. Why you think Russia took it to Ukraine?
Yeah.
It's not going to be all of that in there.
Yeah.
So when you really look like when you're really looking at how this whole thing goes, man, you have to actually study.
Yeah.
You got to study what because all this stuff is about power. Power is never given to you; it's always taken. And you got that in your mind, and you understand that war is always going to be necessary. That's why you got to have, you have to have an Army, Navy, Marines, whatever. You got to have your own, so you can protect yourself. This is the reason why they have. Everybody has their own military.
Yeah.
Go without being with a military. You just it's like playing soccer. You the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what this is. But we do have to. I think we do have to be a little more vigilant on world events because it affects us. Like right now, you're hearing people saying that the gas, the fuel is going up because of whatever going on in Russia, what's ever going on in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You got these places. You got to remember, man. They're like the gatekeepers and the owners of natural resources. Also, it's like when people are talking about what Russia, what they can and can't do, and all this stuff. And that's a powerful country.
It is.
If you ever look at that, if you look on the map and you see exactly how big Russia is, even when you look at Ukraine, man, that mug is huge. So, and one country is bigger than the other, but at the end of the day, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight right now because I haven't really paid attention to it. So, yeah.
My thing is too, man. I hope, and hope people like when they see stuff like this, right? They really be thankful about America because we could complain about, saying how much America don't do nothing for us, but but you see other countries, they go through way far worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. But I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Praying for everybody that's going what they're going through, man.
Yeah, because if that's another thing in America, we ain't never have to worry about nobody coming here and throwing bombs and nukes and telling the people to get out. Because one thing I did see on the news was that they were telling men from the age of 16 to the age of 50, they can't leave.
Yeah.
And they were giving them weapons. They were giving them weapons. They were like, look, y'all, if you want, we're gonna give y'all these weapons because y'all gonna have to protect yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
bro.
If that happened in America, what do you think would, how it would be? How do you think that would play out here right now? If we had a country, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a country that can actually get pissed off at us and be like, we coming over there, and just there, you know, it's not even like water is keeping separating us. But say if it was Canada, and Canada did that, and they were saying that, listen, the rest of you folks gonna have to go ahead and, you know, go to Mexico or whatever, the women and children.
Right.
But the men from 16 to 50, y'all got to stay here. And matter of fact, what we gonna give y'all is ammunition and weapons and all that, and y'all have to fight. How you think that shit gonna play out here?
We niggas be dead.
Whole bunch of them.
Motherfuckers be dead like a motherfucker.
But what do you think? I'm gonna tell you. That shit, it'll be interesting though.
It'll be interesting, but
because we gonna see. You got Bloods and Crips,
yeah,
Rolling 60s, all these.
See how real y'all pro blacks are now. Shit. I'll be the name niggas. Be like, I ain't risking nothing. Risking my life for none of y'all niggas.
Right. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing with a damn 9mm.
Hell no.
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. You gonna have to get you some automatics. Now look at all the shit the automatics they done took from our ass right. And shit. And what if that shit actually happened? Right. Or what if it was a battle of the states? What if states was good? Because that's just that I was saying Canada, but you know, what if you had states that was like, no, we about to start invading other states?
Right.
Then people will see how real it is, because
now motherfuckers will stick together. Probably.
You'll be forced to.
You'll be forced to.
Some people won't be able to have the nuts to do it though. Yep. You will have a lot of people that won't even have the nuts to actually do it. And then we'll see how many women that actually want to be men then too. You want to be a man until you have to be a man. Misogyny.
That's how I know. We get that shit a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But
can't have an opinion about nothing.
Yeah. It was some other shit. I don't know if you've seen that shit with a little boy, the little 5-year-old was executed. His dad was shot and his mom. And it was some teenagers that the dad actually knew that he was helping, and they killed him, his wife, and then they murdered his 5-year-old son also. That's here in the D. That was crazy.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy. And, you know,
like our kids are dying mostly because of us, you know. And people
in that case,
don't want to admit that shit.
Yeah, like, but in that case, it was those teenagers, because they found the teenagers that did it. They found them, and that's the only good thing that actually came out of that, was that it wasn't an unsolved murder. And it was a 16-year-old, and I think the other one, I think they both were like teenagers. But yeah, that
shit crazy.
That's heartbreaking. A 5-year-old, you know how heartless you got to be, man, to actually.
I understand. 5-year-old, they can't articulate nothing. They don't know what's going on. Like, man,
that's evil.
That's just evil, bro.
It's being evil. It's definitely being evil, man. Definitely being evil.
When do our black children matter? Like,
yeah,
like they don't get this shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to point fingers, like, you know what I'm saying? It's this person's fault. It's this person's part. We're the victim, but we doing it to ourselves.
Well, you got a lot of people also that's sitting back talking about unprotected adults, the most unprotected. You're like, nah, it's not women, it's not men, it's children.
Yeah.
Period. It's not black folks, it's children.
Yep.
They just had something in the news that about the what was it? I know you've seen the news on the guy, the cop and the teacher.
Damn.
And these motherfuckers was going around doing all kind of crazy shit with children porn and all that shit. But the biggest news was that the wife had her and her husband, I guess they was having sex or whatever, and the husband sat back and jacked off in some goddamn cupcake batter.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This shit is sick. That's some sick shit, bro.
Man.
That's some. And
then she served them to the kids.
But you know what's crazy? We had the same conversation with the Oxford situation.
Yes.
We drop our damn kids off. We put our trust in these goddamn schools and these goddamn teachers.
But
Like,
this is the
too
thing,
much.
right? Children, but it was a teacher and a cop. The two most, it's supposed to be the two most safest goddamn occupations that's there. And the motherfucker not, but this was crazy to me about that story.
That's just some sick shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's you know how fucked up in the mind that you gotta be to think of some shit like that? Like,
what up, bro? What's going on?
Who's that?
Clee, my brother. What's happening, man? What's going on? Make sure you that you hit that like also, bro. Hey, my mom is there too.
Hey, what's up, mom?
What's up, fam? What's going on? But they also they had setback, and with this woman, they're talking about giving her a damn plea. So they making the man out to be the only damn
because he nutted because it was his sperm.
Because it was his, but she took him to the school to serve him to the kids. Like, ain't no plea. Ain't no plea for something like that. That's crazy. And now the school, because you already know, like we were saying about the Oxford situation, school, now they're liable. They're liable. Yeah. So what's going to happen now? They're going to get lawsuits.
Yep.
It's going to be lawsuits. So,
homeschool your children.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Shout out to my wife.
You say homeschool you, but yeah, everybody can't homeschool their kids, man. There's a bunch of idiots. There's a lot of idiots. If your ass didn't even graduate from high school, don't even talk about about sitting there. No, you can't do that.
All right, what about this? Hire a tutor.
Yeah. But shit, you gotta
No, you ain't gotta do that. Now they got shit where they got virtual teachers, like for homeschooling. Like they got virtual shit for children. He ain't feeling that shit.
This virtual shit, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, this generation coming up right now, shit, the ones that supposed to have graduated, I mean, I think that it's done purposely, man, to make these the dumbest generations that we had. Like, nobody is really going to imagine if school was already hard for you.
Yeah.
And then this COVID shit came up. You got cats that was just like, well, I ain't going to school. They just say they're not going to school at all. That's just basically what it is.
Man, yeah. Shit, I wish COVID would have hit when I was in high school.
I would have been mad if I was a senior. I ain't gonna even lie. I've been pissed off.
I was doing bad in school anyway with the grade, so it didn't make me no fucking. Hey, I can stay home.
I've been pissed, man. Because I'm gonna tell you,
I don't give a damn.
If it was like the 9th or 10th grade, I'm cool with that. But man, as a senior, I'm trying to get the hell up out. We got the prom coming up. We got senior swing out hanging. We got, what I'm saying? We got all kind of graduation. Because I wanted to walk across that stage. I wanted to put that mortar board over my head, swing my torso over there. You know what I'm saying? It was an accomplishment that you have. Yeah. I just been pissed off. My daughter was pissed. She didn't like, it was screwed up. She graduated right during the time of COVID. So even with her open house, she was pissed off about that. Yeah. Prom, she was pissed off about that. I would have been mad because you done put all this work in. So I
ain't gonna lie. I get all that shit. And it shows how much I hate school. I don't give a fuck. Like, hey, I feel like that's a good. Hey, you know what? You gotta risk something. That's a good risk. Not to go to school. I could be home. Fuck it. What's a senior? Shit. Let this bitch fly.
Hey, if it was any day other than my senior year, man, I was pissed. I ain't gonna even lie. I was pissed there. I would have been pissed off, bro. I've been pissed off. I ain't gonna even lie. Some like you said, some kids they didn't care, man. They did not care.
Fuck it.
But in the world,
I'm gonna do bad. Hey, I'm doing bad. The fuck, I need to wake up early in the morning to go to some shit I'm not good at.
Yeah, but then you also Yeah, that I just would have been pissed. I would have been pissed off.
Yeah,
Man.
I get it though. Yeah, it's, you know, and then I could talk all that shit, but you know, you're right. Like I have memories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I wasn't just terrible in school. I kind of was, but you know, I was one of them inconsistent motherfuckers. One minute my shit looked the bomb, then shit. When it was good, it was good. When it's bad, it's bad. So, but yeah, man, it's the memories though. You know, the memories. You know, you can't take, nobody can't take that away from you. You know
Hey
what
man, what you think about the NBA All-Star game?
Trash.
That shit was real trash, dog.
Trash, bro.
That
Dunk
shit was
contest,
trash.
like, I understand, like, the reason why it's trash because, like, the dunk contest, like, because the dunk contest, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's really what people watch that shit for. You know what I'm saying? Like the activity, at least Saturday night. The game was cool. You know what I'm saying? But when the game is the best shit on All-Star weekend, I was like, that's kind of fucking bad.
Yeah, the dunk contest was
and the
what
game's
everybody
not
be
that even
rocking
competitive.
with.
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They need to change the format of the dunk contest. I think niggas need to start trying out. Look,
I thought they did at one time. I thought
no, nigga, they go by your season. So you know what I'm saying? They go by the season, how many highlights you got and shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these niggas are game dunkers. You know what I'm saying? Not like Zach LaVine or Aaron Gordon. You know what I'm saying? They was game dunkers, but they was creative at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dunk contest ain't been the same since them niggas did it.
Who won the doggone three? Because I missed that. I missed a couple of events. I didn't see the 3-point. I seen the one where you do the 3-point. Was it just it wasn't a 3-point. It was the
yeah, it was a 3-point. Who won a 3-point? That's how bad it was. I forgot. Damn, who won a 3-point?
Damn. Yeah, it was terrible. I wasn't really even watching that right there.
Damn. I know it's somebody. It's somebody we know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Carl Anthony Towns from Minnesota, the center.
The center?
Yeah, he was shooting that motherfucker.
Oh, damn.
Like he set the bar. Like his first rack in the last round, he had like 28 shots.
Damn. I know that shit.
And then the challenge before was what's that shit? The Rising Stars. Like they had the team rookies and team.
Did you see that Rising Star All-Star the game?
That shit was different. Like they got like it's like tournament games.
Man,
that shit was stupid.
I couldn't. No, they had your girl Tiffany Haddish was in it. They had Quavo.
Oh, the celebrity game. I ain't watched that shit. I don't like that shit no more.
You didn't miss a goddamn thing.
That shit was cool when I was like a teenager.
But it was fun when they used to have like the real, like somebody that with personality in there. Like the last time I liked it was when they had Snoop, Chris Brown, you know, Kevin Hart. When you got those type of dudes, I didn't even know that was Tiffany Haddish. I just kept trying to figure out who was this slurfoot dude, because she had her hair short, because I didn't know if there was a girl or not.
Misogyny.
Then you had your boy Quavo. I didn't know. I thought Quavo was what's the singer? What's his damn name? My girl know his name. He looked like Quavo, the singer. He sung Jacquees. Yeah, nigga, you know who I was talking about.
Free.
I was gonna get hey, while I'm thinking about it, if you in here tuned in with us, please come over to our YouTube channel, What We Know Podcast. Like, subscribe, and share. You see this little thing down here? Where's that? It's over here. You see what it's doing? You see how it's doing that? Bam. Look at it again. Boom. That's all you got to do. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. That bell is going to tell you every time that we are getting ready to go live. It's going to tell you all of that right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, man, we got 2.2 subscribers. So, shout out to y'all.
2.2K.
Oh, yeah.
2,200.
Yeah, 2,000. Whatever. Look, over 2,000 subscribers.
Hey, man, we trying to get to 5,000, then 10,000. We trying to get monetized in this piece, man.
Yeah.
trying to get it. We trying to get it
We got
together.
25 people or 19 people in here right now.
Yes, sir.
And we were just like at 100.
Shit, and we got. I haven't looked all the way on Facebook, but I can see you in the chat. I see my man Rico Kane. What's up, boy? What's happening with you? And like I said before, we're gonna be talking about sex today. We're gonna be out here talking about some crazy ass shit when it comes down to sex. I was gonna get us some videos and put some videos together, man, to drive our conversation, but I don't think we need that.
No, we don't need that, man.
I don't think we need that right there, man. But it will be. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. I also put the link if you want to call in and be a part of the show tonight. Go ahead and call in, or not call in. You're gonna have to have use StreamYards, and it's a streaming. It is where you don't have to download anything, so it's already streaming right there. All you have to do is make sure that your mic is together, and if you got headphones, that your headphones are together on your phone, or you can do it on your laptop also.
So,
my mom said, you need a woman's view. Well, they can call in. They can do, they can call in. They can say whatever. But we haven't talked about the subject yet. We just trying to get people to come in into the chat on our YouTube. So we got What We Know podcast, and we also have the DJ Jig Tight. Also, we got both of those that we're streaming off of. Plus, we are on Facebook also. So if you guys actually, I don't know, look on the Facebook, man, and see if that link is in the chat in there. And if it is, they can just go in there and they can wait right there in the waiting room. It's not, don't be shy.
Let's see. What you talking about?
Just go on my page. Okay. And then you can share it from there also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can share it from there also. But yeah, man, what's some other shit that we witnessed? Because it's been a minute since we even did. This is our 9th episode.
Yeah, man, we trying to get to 10.
Oh, your boy T.I. Excuse me, he's on another venture, and this venture is to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I ain't knocking it either.
I saw some of his material, man, and he's pretty decent. T.I.'s pretty decent. It's not bad. And he's put in that work. He's not, he's not trying to headline anything. He's going in as a new comedian. I think the dude is if he stick with it, he's gonna be on some real stuff right there, because he's a very intelligent dude. So especially when it comes down to, even when you look at it, you got a lot of comedians that actually is against him getting in that realm, which I understand it, but I don't condone what they're doing, because you're trying to keep people in a box.
Yeah, man.
If that was the case, then you should not have Jamie Foxx being who he is.
Hey, step your shit up.
Right. And that's basically what he said.
Yeah, step your shit up.
He was like, well, shit, I'm in here now. But if you in there and you got a different opinion about T.I. being a stand-up, you can call in on that also. But in my opinion, he's doing his thing, man. I seen him with Godfrey. He had to confront Godfrey, because Godfrey was out there trying to clown him. And then Godfrey, we was watching it earlier. Yeah. Godfrey tried to act like he wasn't trying to clown dude. And he was like, nah, you was. Yeah. You was. And he put him on notice, though. He just let him know. Shit.
I mean, it's like, come on, man. Like, as a man, like, you can't get mad in your feelings like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really bother you, hey, you need to put in that shit, put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely got to put in the work. And then,
and not saying that he's not putting in the work, because, you know what I'm saying, he's been around a long time.
Who, Godfrey?
Yeah.
No, Godfrey is older
like,
than
don't
me.
take it personal. Like, my nigga, don't you gotta call somebody out. It's like, if it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail. Let it fail. But you don't have to say nothing to it.
But that's why I said I understand.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, because he like, comedy is my baby. This is how I made my living. This is how I did that. Don't be just coming in here thinking that you could just be a comedian. That's just how a lot of comedians are, man. When you actually look at how they do it. But he's getting a stamp of approval from a lot of comedians that actually got some skin in the game. One of them is Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb, like, nah, he put him on the show. He had him on his show. And Corey was like, nah. And normally when Corey sees somebody, he don't watch people like that. He just is, shit, in my opinion, he's way better than Godfrey is as a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
he gave him his stamp of approval, homie.
He more like it's just, you know, you got some comedians like they just good like on like movies or some shit. Or you see him like DJ Flab, but I feel like stand up, like just because you're funny, doesn't mean, you know, you could do stand up.
That's what I was telling you. I was like, look, you got gestures, you got fools, but then you got people that are really smart with their comedy. Those are the ones that really just, man, like if you can remember, and even the comedians that say this, if you can remember somebody's comedic lines, that means that they are good. That really means they're good. Like one of my favorite comedians, and he a white boy, and that's my man Gary Owens. Yeah. And it's because he stays in his lane. Now, the craziest thing about Gary Owens is that he's a white comedian, and the majority of
black jokes.
But the majority of his audience is black folks. Yeah. That's crazy. That's a real hard thing to do, because you don't see too many white comedians with a large black, base. Yeah. And that's what's good about him.
You know, let me ask you this. You think it's because, he's divorced now, but because his wife was black?
Hell no. No. Didn't nobody even know for years. Didn't nobody know he had a black wife?
Okay. Because, he been out for a long time.
And that don't make any difference. He's funny. Yeah. He's funny. And he stayed. And the reason I say he's funny, because some people won't think that, they won't call him funny or whatever. But no, in my opinion, the man is funny. He's funny. And especially because he pushed the envelope, the racial envelope.
Yeah. He started making black jokes.
When he talked about the black church, and how long it takes at the black church and stuff, but he also talks about his white family too. Talks about his dad. He even had on his podcast, he had his dad on there. I was like, damn, he acts so much like his father. Yeah. Like he can actually, like me, I can mimic my father. I can actually mimic him. And that's weird, I guess, to be able to see something like that. Yeah. And when I saw his father on his podcast and they were talking, I said, damn, he really mimicked the hell out of his father. That was just crazy. So that makes him one of, my favorite comedians. Like I said, Corey Holcomb definitely is one of mine.
Yeah. It's funny you said Gary Owens. We're talking about church. Why that's just that's probably the reason why I don't go to church. Why are we here
like, damn,
for 2-3 hours?
Right.
I could have thanked the Lord at home. Ooh, buddy. Absolutely. I know I'm getting.
All right, man. We about to go ahead and get into this thing, man. Hold on.
I started talking that shit and get
right. If I was by myself, it would be called a monologue. But this is what we call something we just trying to get.
I know all the Christians just, oh Lord,
yeah. It's starting to be less and less Christians.
We're gonna talk about that one. We're gonna talk about religion, church.
Yeah, I want to get somebody actually that is actually versed in religion, not in one religion, but just in religion.
Yeah,
and they can actually, we'll definitely get into that, man. We'll definitely get into that. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next thing, as to get into our topic on what we know. All right, we back, man. So the topic is, man, what did your parents teach you about sex? What is it that you know about, that you've learned about sex? And then what would you teach your children about what sex actually is? That's what we're going to be talking about right here. So to start it out, actually, let me ask a very hard question right now.
Okay.
Look, you ready for it too?
You ready to just talk? Because I might make some people proud and disappointed tonight. I'm just saying.
All right. So, how old were you when you first had sex?
So I was like about 15. Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Which is
15.
funny, right? So this is a girl I used to know around where in my area or whatnot, and she was like a year older than me. We didn't go to the same school. I don't remember what school she went to, but I remember I was on the football team, and I lied. I told my parents, my mom, that we had football practice early because me and her was like texting and shit. This is like the beginning of the texting area with the flip phones and shit. So
damn, that shit,
nigga, this is
you talk about that shit like that shit. I guess it is. It just a flip phone. It's still like it was like 3 years ago. But
that's when you have to press the button like 3 times and get the letter you want. Like you got to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, nigga. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I told him like, no, I got to practice early and shit. So we was already talking and shit. You know what I'm saying. I don't remember what I said, but I know I was probably capping like, yeah, I know what I'm doing and shit like that. No, damn well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just know I'm about to get my dick wet. This is my mindset, right?
Right.
So, so I walked to, I walked to her crib, she was in my area. She didn't live in the same apartment complex, but she like lived like 2 apartments down, some shit.
Okay.
So, walked over there. And after thinking about it, it was like, damn, like, I really didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like she was really helping me the whole way.
You said what was she doing?
You know what I'm saying? She was telling me what I should
Coaching
do.
you?
Coaching me, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, chill out, relax, you know what I'm saying? Or slow down. Like, you ain't gotta be aggressive.
Were y'all going together?
No, hell no.
So
But we was like it was like
so what did y'all call it? 'Cause we used to call it a hookup.
We liked each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it wasn't just a jump off or a hookup or nothing like that.
No.
It was like we liked each other, but
I mean, I probably was lying to shit. You know what I'm saying? I was probably lying to shit, telling like, yeah, I was definitely lying to her, like, have experience of sex, and I didn't at all. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like one of them things, like, hey, you cute, I like this, you know what I'm saying? Shit, girls are a little freaky, like they want to see what what I'm saying, see what your shit look like, all this old type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So, it didn't last too long either.
like
so
it ain't supposed to. Not when you that young, and that's the first time. So yeah.
I played it off like, yeah, damn, that was some good pussy,
How did you feel after that though? Was you did you feel like a man?
Yeah, I felt good. Hell yeah, bro. You hype.
That shit was on your head.
You hype. You like, yes.
Did you tell anybody?
Oh, hell, you got to. You got to.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. You got to.
Was it like your homeboys?
Homeboys, shit. Probably cousins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like I said, we didn't go to the same school. So,
So that shit was kind of like, it's like a trophy. It's like you got that.
I got some pussy.
You knocked that shit right off the list.
And that's what's making fucked up, right? Nigga, I ain't getting no pussy after that. Like, fuck. This is my last time getting pussy. Man, I felt so much confidence in high school. Then like, damn.
Hey, when it wore off, when the shit wore off, you was just like, what the hell?
I ain't getting no more pussy. Like, why I'm not getting no ass?
So what? She never did call you back? None of that?
It's different, bro. We kids. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? We'll talk, we'll meet up and shit like that. Maybe my shit was that good and she wanna fuck with me no more. I don't know. Like
all right.
You know what I'm saying?
So right. So your first time, and then so evidently it wasn't like a after her, then somebody else.
No.
How long was it before it like wore off? Like, all right, what the hell? When was when the shit wore off and you was just like, All right, so what's next? After you done got it.
Like shit, jacking off. When I realized, oh shit, I'm getting the same benefit just jacking off. All right.
So jacking off, watching porn.
Hell yeah, a lot of porn.
So
I'm gonna tell you a lot of porn stories.
yeah. So when all right, so this is the thing. You was 15. So you said she was a little bit older. Was she was in a higher grade also?
Yeah, probably a higher grade. Like she was like a sophomore.
Okay.
Some shit.
Yeah, that's probably because it probably was trash.
Yeah,
but,
probably.
Yeah. So then you tell your boys. Did you tell your parents? Did they know?
Oh hell no. I ain't tell my parents. I was scared.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did
they ever come at you? Because this is what parents always say. They say they know when a child then has sex because you walk a different way, you talk a different way, all kind of other shit. It's like when you had sex after that, did you have any problems with your parents?
No.
Did you?
What you mean problem?
Like I had pussy. Y'all can't tell me shit now. I'm grown as hell.
No, hell no. My mom wasn't playing that shit, bro. You know,
did she know?
I don't know, bro. Like my mom, like she always, like I don't know. I was just so uncomfortable to talk to my parents about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though they say like we gotta talk, like, but they never like sat down and talk. Let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Give me the breakdown. Like I learned shit. I learned from porn before doc taught me about sex, you know what I'm saying? And after porn, you know, they had a sex education class. And when I was in 7th grade, our teacher taught us sex ed. 7th grade, taught us how to put on a condom, all that other shit. So so I was like, she told me like my mom always told me like, you ever get ready, just protect yourself and shit. And my mom would have found some condoms in my room. You know what I'm saying?
Did she trip out?
No, she didn't really trip out. She was like more so, yeah, I find your little stash because you know she always like clean my room up and shit when I'm at school. She like, yeah, I find your little condoms, but you planning on using it? I'm like, I don't know.
Like, all right.
I was like,
you said, I don't know.
I don't know. In my head, I'm like, well, you told me if I'm ready, use protection. Like, right. So, and then you know, I remember this. My mom told my uncle Frank, and she was like, yeah, you need to have a conversation with your nephew and shit. And honestly, that's the wrong nigga to give me a conversation because that nigga was giving me some. He like, he said smooth old nigga, right? He like, so yeah, man, let me tell you something, man. You know, you could go to shit. You know, motels ain't shit but like $30, nephew. You know,
he was trying to get you set up.
Yeah, he was like, set up. He was like, you know, what I'm saying, what you do, man? You know, you do this X, Y, and Z, blah 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 blah. You know, what I'm saying, really breaking the shit down and shit. You know, but I wasn't like I was listening. But I wasn't listening because, you know, I was raised to be a gentleman, a good boy, all that other shit. So the advice of my uncle was telling me on some player shit. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to like.
He was like, you're right. He was kind of more advanced. He so he was talking to you as if he was like the guru.
I don't want to like, you know what I'm saying, make a girlfriend like she had to have sex with me, all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to demand a girl to have sex with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, that shit changed once I got older. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like, that shit.
So yeah, I was a little bit younger than you. Neither one of us knew what we were doing, but it was still fun. It was kind of like, the shit, it lasts for a minute. And then, because it's kind of like, when you thinking about it, you like you'll see movies like that where they be like, is this shit really happening?
Yeah.
It's happening. Right.
And then you worrying about,
man, and then after it happened, now you
be like,
don't fuck
nigga, my dick be hard every morning. Do not fuck up now, nigga.
Right. So, but it also tells why dudes have to lie.
Hell yeah.
It also tells why we have to lie. But when it you know, it's kind of like, so that first time, and it's funny because it's like really vague in my mind now as I'm
Yeah.
older. But I just remember that it was the first time, and it wasn't nothing like what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. And I don't even think I had like, I didn't have like some great expectations because I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to be, how I was supposed to be feeling and all of that.
Yeah.
And it still got to the point where I was like, okay, I got to tell somebody.
Yeah.
So it does get to a point where you like, shit,
It's an
I got to
ego
tell somebody,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't know, man. It's kind of like when you did it, you were in your own. It's not still like you was going to have guidance. So the question is, another question: do you think that it's natural for us to have guidance with older people when it comes down to doing something as natural as having sex?
Like guidance.
Guidance. Like
Yeah.
if I can, do you think we should be able to come to our parents and just be like, hey dad, hey mom, I'm thinking about having sex, with this girl that I like. I really like her. So what advices y'all have when it comes down to what I do?
I mean, me personally, I'm the type of person like as a parent, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I feel like parent is tough, right? I feel like you got to be got to be a hypocrite in some ways.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I believe in, especially what this generation, the world we live in now. I feel like as parents, we have to be more open to having uncomfortable conversation with our children, with our kids. You know what I'm saying? So we could help them better themselves in the future. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think that having the sex,
Yeah,
the
absolutely. You should. You should.
not that birds and the bees
No.
bullshit. I'm talking about for real, like it's about to go down tomorrow and I need I need your guidance. Do you think that people should go to their parents, and do you think that the parents should um actually be in that position where the kid is like, I'm about to go in. I know everything about the condoms. I know all of that stuff about the girl. I
Yeah.
really like her. So what else advice could y'all give me?
I feel like honestly, bro, I really feel like it depends because if if you're a kid and you're comfortable even coming to approaching your parents that way, that means your parents most likely made it comfortable for you.
Okay.
So I feel like really it really depends on the parents. You know what I'm saying? The parents have to be open and tell their children or have their children believe that, what I'm saying, they could come to us, what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, about these issues, because these are real issues, and it's the same issues that we all been through in the past. You know what
I'm
I'm
still
saying?
saying,
Yes, yes.
so would you want your daughter to come to you? I'm 16. And she tell you that
That's my wife.
she tell you that I like this guy. I think that I'm gonna marry him. I know for sure that this is the one, and I want to have sex with him. And you know, I want to have your blessings. What you gonna tell your daughter? See, yeah,
All right. I'm gonna talk about rip. Like,
because I like your little political shit
all
that
right,
you did,
the real shit.
that political correct shit that you was saying.
You know what I would say? I'm gonna give it a real. That's when that's when the nigga gonna
tell me, nigga.
So
your daughter's,
and I got 3 of them.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just at that point, and I tell my wife this all the time. At that point, I just gotta let my wings fly. Hey, I'm just gonna give it a real. First thing I asked her, all right, you feel like you want to marry him? How he feel?
No, but she said like, we about to have sex.
I understand that.
Uh-huh.
But if she asked me like, okay, if she's like, you should say like, I'm planning on marrying him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, how he feel? What did he tell you? Oh, you say the same thing. All right, have you ever had sex? Oh, okay. And I'm just gonna tell her the real, and she might not. She might go hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think he's lying. I think he's just using you to have sex.
So no, right. But would you? Okay.
I'm not gonna. As a parent,
would you tell her, "Fuck no, ain't none of that sex shit. You ain't responsible enough, just in case you have a baby or all this other shit," or would you just tell her, "Hey,
hey, you're not having look
up under my roof.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm gonna let you and your man go
real.
ahead and go down.
You have been better off just fucking sneaking around."
So look, I'm looking at it. What is that you just said?
You been because once you tell me, I feel as a parent that's just natural.
Look, just said if it's what he said, girl, figure it out.
You've been better off not to tell me because I'm not gonna give you the green light. What the fuck I look like? That's just as a parent. That's a natural like a parent. Like parents is like, especially when it comes to daughters and people could call it sexist, whatever. Like fuck it, it is what it is. Like no, like I'm not gonna just give my daughter the green light. If you do it, you better take that shit to the fucking grave.
All right. You got 3 daughters. What if you had 3 sons? What you gonna tell them?
Hey, son, I'm gonna give them the blueprint. I'm gonna make sure to protect them.
So would it be easier if you had sons to be able to tell them about talking about having sex and stuff like that?
All right, all right. I'm talking too fast because all right.
I'm gonna let you take a breath because I'm out here. I'm shooting them at you, dog.
It's like,
hey Jeff, y'all got to come on here. And
all right, no. So it's the thing, right? If I had sons, right? Let me slow myself down because I'm just fucking saying shit. Sorry.
Rapid
all right.
fire.
So when I have a son, I will have that same conversation. I want to make sure. I feel like as a parent, you gotta challenge your kid mind. So I would just challenge his mind, like ask him questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, why do you want to have sex? What make you urge to have sex? You want to have this conversation? You want to have this conversation?
I was your son, and I sit back and I say some smart ass shit like this. It's just human nature. I don't know what it is. I see these girls, and I got this one girl I like,
and I understand that.
And then he'd talk to you, and you got to remember, kids, they talk to their parents very covertly, right? Like we did as kids. We talked to our parents very covertly. Even when our parents, it's a very difficult thing for a parent to be able to talk to their child about when it comes down to sex.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I like the subject, because this is the thing. When I asked you, I was like, when your daughter comes to you, would you talk to her and she say, I want to have sex with this guy? We already know that's not real life.
No.
Don't too many kids. I don't even know anybody that can be that doggone just open with their parents to be able to tell them, I feel this way and it's going down.
Or most kids will, and realistic, most kids will ask them about what sex, at least. And
no, we listen.
I haven't never done that. I feel like instead of like coming at like, mom.
When was the first time you seen some freaky shit? How old were you?
How old? The first time I saw some freaky
First
shit?
time, I'm sorry. Yeah, the first time.
Shit, porn.
Right. How old were you?
Oh shit. Let me see. When did the Cinemax porn came out? Shit, that's elementary. I was elementary, but I wasn't jacking off then. I didn't discover jacking off like fucking 8th grade, 9th grade.
Right.
But I was watching.
So the question is it better for us to figure it out on our own as we growing up? Or is it better for us to talk to our parents? Or now that we're parents, that our kids come to us? Because you got parents that would tell their child, if you feeling like this, if you feeling like you got the urge to, to want to have sex, you should come to me so we can discuss it. As an adult now, like as a kid, I'm gonna tell you, my parents said that to me. Let me tell you what I was thinking. It's an urge. That it's just like the urge to have to go take a piss. It's an urge, which means that this shit is so natural, it's beyond. Yeah. But as a kid, I'm like, it's a fucking urge. I'd be damn if I'm coming to you. How the fuck do I do it? How do I come to my mama and tell her that it's about to go down? Me and this girl was on the phone for 3 hours talking freaky to each other. I'm trying to see what's up now. She trying to see what's up.
Yeah.
How do I have that conversation with my mom or my dad?
I mean, like I said, bro, it's like really depends on the parent.
Do you figure it out though? Or I'm asking.
You have to, like I said, you got to have that uncomfortable conversation. Like I said, I just not gonna get my child just, oh yeah, have the green light to fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then a boy too. One thing I feel like, look, I already give you some gems. You know, so I'm not gonna give you the green light, but I would say, hey, I'm not gonna tell you, hey, yeah, you should have sex or whatever. But hey, if you're gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? Because hey, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And our kids gotta learn about the decisions they make. So I'm like, hey, if you decide to do this, just don't, I'm not gonna give you the green light, but knowing kids, they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna find ways to do it. So if anything, my wife just said it, like, just protect yourself. Protect yourself.
So that brings me to the question up here. That's the question I wanted to. What was some of the things that your mom and your dad had said to you pertaining to sex? What did they tell you when they had that birds and the bees conversation with you?
I never really got the birds and the bees conversation because, I mean, they would dab at it a little bit. They'll tell me, like my stepdad would tell me how women operate, how they think. My mom would tell me how her view of how women operate. You know what I'm saying? My stepdad would tell me views how most men operate. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they gave me I would say the political way about sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely protect yourself. Honestly, you're not really missing anything. Focus on what you need to focus on, like school or about, what I'm saying, or about your life. You know what I'm saying? That should be the main focus. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And that's some advice I would tell my kids. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if I was you, hey. And the reason I'm telling you this because, these are mistakes I made. You know what I'm saying?
At 12 years old, would your daughter sit back and y'all talking about sex? What would you tell her about sex right now at 12? If she's thinking about having sex at 12?
Bro. Okay, well, shit, fuck that. What do you tell your daughter at 12? Shit.
Don't do it. Fuck that. Nah. Because this is the thing.
All right, I was just making sure you're on the same page.
You're not responsible enough. You ain't responsible enough at 12 years old to even be thinking about something that takes on a lot of responsibility. First and foremost, yeah, okay. Tell me, come on.
Hey, come on.
First and foremost, text it to him. But first and foremost, you are connected to that person spiritually when you having sex with them. It's going to ruin your life. And there's a real big chance that you can catch that baby disease.
Yep.
So, and you're not taking care of yourself. So you're not responsible enough to even be thinking about doing that. Yeah. So at the end of the day, if you decide that you want to go out there and have sex with somebody, these are the things that you can deal with. You can get a sexual disease. You can get pregnant. You can be tied to this guy because you just had sex with him. And now he can ruin everything that's going on with you because once he get that, your little cookie or whatever, he got all the leverage now. You ain't got no leverage. It's not going to be what you think it is. And then you can show them people in the family and friends and stuff like that. Take them down to the friend of the court, especially young men. I'm like, damn, that's one of the things we probably should have did with the young men.
So,
but no, it's definitely no. You're not responsible enough to have sex. You're not responsible.
And the reason why I asked you this because my natural thought was like, no, you can't do this. But my thing is, I always had a mindset like, as children, you got to explain, like, but you did. You explain why you know what I'm saying,
It's a lot more
you'll
to
tell
go
them,
with it. Yeah.
tell them you shouldn't do this, right? So
Mhm.
that's my thing. I just don't, because a lot of people will react differently. No, you shouldn't do this. You know, so just make the child scared of. So it's even scare the child even more when that child get older to come to you about real shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that as a parent, like me and my wife want to do, like we want to be able to like explain why they shouldn't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'll tell them no too, but also let's have this conversation. I'm sorry, but you're at the age now. I feel like you won't even understand, and I need you to me. I need you to. I would tell you have this conversation when you get a little bit older, where you can really understand where I'm coming from. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because, like I said, our we have to understand, like our children, one day is going to make mistakes. They're going to disappoint us, but we do have to like give them a foundation and educate them about certain things. So hopefully they could somewhat make the right decision, or when they do mess up, they can learn from what they did. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing when we talking to children about certain things. And then like, you go my wife. You know what I'm saying? And she right. Our parents taught us nothing. We're bringing it upon ourselves to teach our kids what we was never taught. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing.
So would you agree that maybe it was because they were really taught nothing also? Because when like the conversation we having right now, you see how difficult it is to even think about the approach that you would have with your kids.
Yeah.
And then think about with the kids. It's a very I know when my mama and them was sitting there and trying to talk to us about sex, we was just like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to talk about that with y'all.
Right.
But we would talk about it with who? Our peers,
Yep.
our friends. What did we learn out there in them streets? Did we learn anything? That's why I was asking. Is it because it still gets to the point where it never was it's not a real answer right now when you start looking at just look at it, you know, just in all these different communities where you have a lot of people, man, that I mean, you have a lot of teen pregnancies, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of even not even just teen pregnancies. You have a bunch of pregnancies and they're not with the person.
And then, ooh,
What happened? Say,
man, my wife out here spinning gems right now. Our parents never had that line of communication with us. This is a new generation is actually talking to our kids. And she said, yeah. So basically trying to say, you know, we're trying to break generational curse. So like you said, like our parents never had this line of communication.
but are we breaking generational curses though?
I feel like we are in a way.
All right, let me know.
Just the fact how I feel like a lot of people my age, these like one thing about we learn as kids, right? Oh, excuse me. One thing about kids as they get older, they reflect on things, and I think a lot of us are reflecting on things, like you know, what I'm saying like, damn, not trying to like shit on our parents, but it's probably a lot of things that we disagree with how our parents raised us, and there's some things that we agree how our parents raised us. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I feel like a lot of parents feel, you know what I'm saying, just having real conversation about life, not like the political way, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, want to hide certain shit, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually trying to like have these conversations, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like the reason why we do that because we are inspired by social media. More people are coming out, you know what I'm saying, with mental health and shit like that. And, you know, more people are coming out on these issues. So, and we understand how, I don't want to say the word damage, but how to affect us now. You know what I'm saying? What if I would have made these decisions? You know what I'm saying? Better decisions when I was younger. So I feel like my generation, I feel like we are at least, we want to have these conversations with our kids. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We understand how it's important to make sure we make our children comfortable to have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
So, all right. So this is another question. Then did Jeff and them to get the link? Did you send him the link?
I text him and I think he's working on it now.
Okay. But oh yeah.
He popping up.
So my lady said this was going back. She said the approach depends on the kid. If the parent is very tuned with their children, they would know how to give the best advice for each child, whether it's their daughter or their son. That's true. However, it's not a however to that, but going back to what we were just talking about, do you think that it's better to figure it out on your own or to have the guidance of your parents when it comes down to sex?
I feel like it's only good you figure out your own if you learn from the situation. Because we all know when you're trying to figure shit out your own, like most of the time you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So that guidance will help. And like I said, like the reason why the guidance will help, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, at least trying to plant that seed how to make the best decision for yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you do something, the reason why we give the reason why we give kids guidance, you know what I'm saying, and have certain conversation with kids, so you know what I'm saying, so they could understand, you know what I'm saying, so they could basically learn from their situation. You know what I'm saying? Understand, hey, be okay with your decision that you make. You know what I'm saying? Understand, like, hey, if I make the decision, hey, I gotta understand, like, hey, it's consequences for each decision. So if it's a good decision, hey, you good. But if it's a bad decision, you need to understand, either learn from it and you need to learn how to adapt. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like the guidance will help, just to plant that seed. You know,
I can't say that. I'm not one of those ones that could sit back and say that my parents didn't teach me anything about sex, because they talked about it a little more candidly than I really wanted them to.
Yeah.
And so it was a little bit different for me and my folks, because they gave and then it was a little more simpler with them, because they did what was hard at the beginning. And one of the things was that they got married at a very young age. So it was like, yeah, it was a little bit different. But even when you talk about having sex as a teen, you take on all of those things as an adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is going to bring my next question. What is the ideal age for someone to have children?
Ideal, right? So here's my thing. It might be, I don't know how you feel about this. I think it's kind of sad, but I don't know.
I don't know. That's just,
I don't know.
I thought you was about to say something.
I don't know, because we could say the ideal, but the ideal is just the ideal. So it's like,
no, it's the ideal. For instance, the average age on female pregnancy is what?
16 out here, like
16.
Yeah,
at 17, give or take. Sometimes it's 16, sometimes it's 17. So we looking at, and when you actually look at it, it's like, when I looked at a study, it was like the ages from what was it, 15 to 18, it was 25% in the Black community, 25% per 1,000.
Yeah.
Per 1,000. So it was 25% per 1,000, which that's still fairly high.
Yeah.
And that was between 15 and 18. The average age of high pregnancy is basically 17.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go down to 16, sometimes it goes to 17. And it's just funny, because when you ask people, now I think it's going higher in age now as the generations go up, because there's less, they're less. No, the pregnancy is still there, because there's less men having sex than it is women. Women are still.
But that's the reason why. That's why I say I don't know, because I think I'm just looking at the kid point of view, because I just feel like kids gonna do what they want. Like,
I know when I was in high school, there was a lot of girls in high school that I know in high school, 15 to 16 years old, that was pregnant. Now, whether they had the baby or not, it all depends on the girl. But it was a lot of pregnancies. It was so high in my school that they had a daycare. They ended up having a daycare in that school.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long it lasted at that school, but they had a daycare. A lot of people didn't even know they had a daycare. And then it just got to the point that some schools, they send you to an alternative school because you were pregnant. You know, it all depends on what, the school.
You're right.
So it was, teen pregnancy is at an alarming rate. And I think it's even worse now. But what's crazy is because there are less guys having sex and more women having sex.
Because it's very hard for us to get sex.
Yeah, it's definitely it's tough.
Bae, you're right. If you want to say ideal 18, yes. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right. I guess with me, I'd say I don't know, because like shit, kids gonna do.
Hey Jeff, it's showing that you guys
gonna do what they want to do.
Hold on for a minute.
But
Jeff,
18 ideal, yes. Okay, you want to talk about 18 definitely.
Hold on for a minute, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Hey Jeff, you guys got to go out and come back in and make sure that you connect your because it's showing that you're not connected. It's showing that your camera is not connected, and if you have if you're using a mic or if you just had headphones, it's not connected. So go out, come back in, and make sure that you hit that connect in there.
And if you wonder who we're talking about Jeff on the Gemini podcast, Gemini Talk podcast, Carissa and Jeff. Our first video with them hit 1.2K.
Yep.
Views.
Yep.
And we're like, hey man, we got to bring them back. Got to bring them back, man.
Absolutely.
Good conversation with them. So.
Yes, sir. So,
but yeah, man, like, 18. Okay, you want to say ideal? I agree with my wife. 18, I would say that's ideal. But me, the reason why I say I don't know, because you seeing teenagers having babies and shit. I remember I was in high school. I seen classmates fucking pregnant.
So the ideal age?
I agree with my wife. 18.
It's 18?
I would say 18.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be a second part of that, but we'll go with so
on it. And what she said, because she say you can't legally have a job and you can provide for that child.
Yeah, 16 is just out of the question for me.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Okay, so
16 is out of the question. Yeah. But I just said I don't know, because these kids gonna do what they want. I don't care.
Yeah, but it's up to us.
How many times we say, hey, these kids gonna find a way.
But they're gonna be adults. That if you look at it that way, it's just gonna be a cycle. You got to spark in somebody, right? So the thing is that you just because they're doing it now, it doesn't mean that they're always gonna do it. Remember, we do things because we feel that it's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's some form of incentive that we have to do things, anything in life, right? All right, we got y'all in there. Anything in life. But we're gonna go ahead, man, and we're gonna bring in my man Jeff from the Gemini Talk podcast in. Hold on, bro. We about to get you right on in here.
That's a good conversation.
My man.
Yo,
what up?
My God.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just I apologize about not coming on time because I got the kids and.
Hey man, you ain't got to blame,
bro.
Yeah. You
gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
At least
we good.
Hey, at least you in your kid's life.
What's good, man?
Yes, sir. Hey man, we in here having this talk, this sex talk. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all we in here trying
earlier. It's interesting.
Yeah, and basically where we left off at is we're talking about the ideal. Well, before we get into that, first and foremost, man, let everybody know who you are and what's up with your podcast. Give them all your links or whatever you want to give them.
Yeah, for sure. Me and my wife, we got a podcast. It's called the Gemini Talk Podcast. We're on Instagram. If you want to follow us, definitely check it out. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much, any platforms where you can listen to your podcast. You can find us on there. And we've been doing this for about a year now. Just we talk about relationships and business, and just like adding more to the conversation that's been going on in this space, as far as like marriage and what I'm saying, just
Yes, sir.
building families and all that. So that's what we're
Oh,
about.
absolutely. Oh, you don't got the wife with you right now,
Yeah,
huh?
she's the baby, so that's the
Right, right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, cause
yeah.
Okay.
damn, I really want her input on this
I
too.
told her whenever he, if he comes down and my daughter's able to watch him for a few, then she'll definitely hop on and you know
Yes, sir.
give her input.
Yes,
So
sir.
well, let's start with the beginning with Jeff about the question. Then, like,
The one with the age, right? Or did you want to go with the other part? What did
uh,
we talk? Okay,
yeah,
that we'll go back.
yeah,
We'll go back because
let's
that's
give him the layers. Yeah,
yeah. So the first thing we was talking about
Mhm.
was it was the one about what do you tell your kids about sex? First of all,
what
what
you,
was it that you learned
yeah,
about
what you
sex?
learn about
What I
sex? Let's start
learned,
with you.
damn. Funny thing, me and my wife we was talking about that. Like Robert knows what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you know too. James, when you married and you have those pillow talks, you know what I'm saying? right, right before you fall asleep, and then you're just talking and with your partner, and then boom, you just fall asleep. You're like, yo, were we talking about that last night? You're like, yeah. So we was having pillow talks, right? And I had asked her, like, did her parents talk to her about sex, right? And she was like, not really. And then she asked me, and I told her, um, my mom talked to me about it. You know, I remember when I was 16. I was on a basketball team, and I was getting a lot of you know uh, girls. They were interested in all that, and she's like, "Yo, I know you're gonna do it, so make sure you protect yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, cool." And then the following year, my mom was funny. Like we have a great relationship. She was like, "Did you use your tool yet?"
Hold on, yo, what?
My tool.
Ah,
Then I'm like, what you talking about? And she was like, did you do it yet? And I was like, nah, yo. She was asking me that for like a year and a half, and I was one of the people that I lost my virginity at. Yeah, I mean, I hope that's not too much information, but I was 19 when that happened, right? Mad late, cause like my life was too busy. Yo, when you're a student athlete, it's school and then the sport that you're doing, right? I was playing ball, so literally get off school, go to practice 3 to 7, go home, do your homework, go to sleep, doing it all over again. I was doing that for like 4 years, so that happened late. But back to my mom, when it finally happened, I told her, she basically told me like, protect yourself, use condoms, don't get nobody pregnant, but it wasn't like full on the discussion about sex. I learned more about sex when I in sex ed class. My we had a sex education class, and they went into details, and they
what grade?
yeah, like teenage pregnancy and diseases, which is stuff
Mhm.
that people should know about, and they went into a lot of details, and when they were talking about like pregnancy and a lot of younger a lot of teens getting pregnant and young fathers and how it can affect you. That dude, that shit scared the shit out of me. So I always made sure I use a condom, and I actually, like I told you last time, I waited till I got married to have my first biological kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that most people, but like I was happy that it happened to me how
Mhm.
it happened because it's actually better this way for me because I do see a lot of people that go through having a kid without you being prepared already,
Yeah.
and this shit is tough.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point because I remember when I graduated high school, niggas popping babies like it was fucking
fact.
popcorn or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit crazy. Like honestly, having sex early is overrated. Like, as you get in high school, you know what I'm saying? There's a big pressure. Everybody having sex.
Everybody
It seems
doing
like.
it.
And like everybody's probably lying too. You know what I'm saying?
Big
So
facts. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, especially when it comes down to the dudes. Now, the dudes will be lying about getting sex. Women be lying about not getting sex.
Right.
They, it's because it's a difference on, just
I'm
the
saving
value.
it for marriage.
Well, shit. Sometimes I think that would be a answer.
It would be answer.
I think it would be
A lot
compared.
a lot of this cap.
Yeah, but it is because it's an urge.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and a lot of people not understanding, man. This is like this is like the strongest natural urges that you can ever experience. You know what I'm saying?
That's like when I hear like when people are celibate, like I hear the motherfuckers like, "Well, I've been celibate for 2 years." Well, you're not celibate then. You just ain't been getting no pussy or dick.
I'm
But
just
it's like
yeah.
what the fuck?
That's not that celibate thing is abstinence is definitely where it's at. Celibate, they talking about they celibate for a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would never tell you wait for marriage for sex. Wait for now babies. Yeah, you wait for marriage for that shit.
Yeah,
but sex.
But even going back to what I was saying from there. So my whole thing was after the parents failed at trying to give us education, sex education, fairly. I mean that's just what it is. But what was it that we found out about sex? What was one of the things we found out as we got older, from teen to young adult? What was it that we understood about what sex, what can come off of sex from having sex?
Hey man, I learned from porn. So my thing was, hey,
yo, me too.
I'm just trying to fuck. I want to nut. I want to fuck the shit out you. I want to fucking. I want to pound your shit,
your hormones,
and you realize all that shit was a lie.
Yo.
But yeah, but
that porn shit was a lie.
Your hormones were them motherfuckers was high, very high,
yeah,
very very high.
Hell
so
yeah.
This is the thing that a lot of this.
I want to fuck a bitch for 5 hours.
That's why I was asking. And this is another reason why I say, man, well, only thing that we will actually get from an adult as kids, as far as what you get from having sex, was just what? Babies and a sexual disease.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of adults fail to tell us the most important thing. And that's when you catch feelings for a person, when you have sex with them. It make you do some of the dumbest shit that you ever would do because you have sex. And the more you have sex with that person, the more you get tied to that person. And next thing you know, your ass is caught up in life.
Especially for women.
You stand with somebody that's that can be emotionally and physically abusive to you. And the more you have, like, I don't know about with guys, but I do know with women, the more sexual partners they have, the worse they end up becoming when it comes down to their emotions. They end up being bruised. And then once you get like in your 30s and in your 40s, you hear somebody sitting back and they'll tell you that you got to pay for all the bad mistakes they made in their past. And a lot of guys is like stuck, like, what the fuck is she talking to me like that? I done been fucked up by this guy and that guy. I'm not gonna let that happen to me again. Mm-hmm. You like, wait, you waited till you got with me to do that shit?
Yeah.
With guys, it's a little bit different. It's when we end up having kids with women that meant us no good. Why? Because we wanted to continue having sex with them. So we ignore all the bad qualities that they have. We never talked about it. We never try to correct it. All of these different things, especially being young. These are the things that our parents fail to kind of tell us about. That other shit is easy. You can get a baby. You can get, you can get your dick burned. You can have your coochie all fucked up. All that shit, they already taught to us. And some of our parents taught to us very crass because they want to make it as nasty as it possibly can be, so you don't go there. But they never went in detail until after you already done been through the shit.
Yeah.
That's why you would have so many doggone dudes that be killing these young girls. It'd be young guys, 16, 17. That's why you would have young women that would sit back and do some things that's fucked up, killing their own children and all these different things. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that they failed to tell us as we went on. The other thing is easy. You have sex, you have a baby, you get sex, you don't take care of yourself. That's easy to talk about.
Yeah.
But the hard thing to talk about is
the emotional attachment.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I feel you. Yo, funny you say that, right? We did an episode a couple weeks ago, and I asked my wife, like, what do you think a good age for a woman to get married, right? I think she said something in her 30s or something like that. And I was like, I think women should start thinking about doing that younger. One point that you brought up tonight, which was interesting, is that the more sexual partners that they have, that can bring some type of like trauma, right? That can come with it because you're dealing with different people, different dudes. I'm pretty sure some of them, if not most of them, it's gonna end up bad. And a lot of times what happens is the women will get some type of like therapy to get over that, to get help, to get over maybe being with a man and not meeting her expectations, or getting pregnant maybe by a different man, or a man that they thought that was gonna be the future and that didn't work out. And sometimes they can end up being like, mean or grow up bitter, all that type of stuff. And you say, oh, and you come along, you trying to do the right thing, and you getting all this like negative energy, or you getting like the trauma that comes with the people that she had dealt with, because when you meet her like at an older age, so like that can happen. The more sexual partner you have, I feel like women have, or men that they have dealt with, like when they get older, it's like that can come with some trauma.
And it does. It definitely comes with drama, and then it brings on drama on even the man. My girl, she just stood back. She said, I learned that when you have sex with someone, you can take on that person's characteristics. Soul ties it's a real thing. You must be selective in who you bed with. Facts. Absolutely. I agree with it.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with it. But that was the second part of what I was going to say. Where was it? As far as the sex part, what's an ideal sex age?
Hey,
hey, that's
yeah. Hi, guys. I was watching it and I heard Robert. I started laughing.
Oh shit! What I said? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, we've been drinking a little bit, so
cool. Yeah, I was drinking some.
My shit talk.
I know.
Yeah,
I should have given more.
Hey, this podcast shit will turn me into alcohol. Good thing we don't do this shit every day.
like what? Drink cheers?
Drink cheers. Drinking on the podcast.
It'll really be bad.
But what that's where I was about to get at. The whole thing was the ideal age to have a baby, right? That was where I was going. The second part of it was
shit. She's scared of hell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nah, I got. Did you bring them out? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, y'all. We have to take a break.
Oh,
My
okay.
baby bringing in some.
Okay, y'all drinking.
Hey, she scared the hell out of me. I ain't hear that.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're gonna take a shot.
Yeah, we're gonna
let's
take
take
one.
a shot for Gemini.
Facts.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You should have took a shot with them.
You know what I'm saying?
You want me to get?
Yeah, I'll grab it. I'll be
Alright,
back,
good.
y'all.
All right.
Oh yeah, Dan. When you come back, Carissa, we're gonna ask you some questions too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lord. I got stories.
Oh yeah, we need all them.
But that was what you were saying, Jeff, about the ideal, like we were saying, the ideal age for to have a baby, and then the second part was the ideal age to get married, and those two right there, it stumps people, especially when you start bringing out facts about this whole thing on building a family, because that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Whether you know what I'm saying. So and it's a very good conversation. I tried to do this a couple of years ago and on Facebook, and that's just not the space for me to even want to try to. People they're not honest, and it's kind of like drive-by posting type of thing. So it's like, I want to talk with some people, because when we actually do the numbers, we would find out that damn, the world is screwed up right now, because you would have people. One of the things that got me was hearing young folks talk about having babies, and then you say, well, why didn't you marry the person that you had the baby with? And the answer was, we ain't ready.
Then you wasn't ready to.
And you like,
you was ready to give that pussy up.
But no, it was
you was ready to fuck her raw.
Even more so, you were ready to give life to another person that eventually they're going to have to be totally responsible and accountable for their own life. Yeah. So it got to the point where I'm like, damn, we have to start talking about this. It's just to get younger folks to think. Yeah. And the younger you talk to them about this shit, the more they can think about it. It's not going to prevent them from doing all the bullshit they're gonna do, because that urge, man, is just that's a hell of an urge, especially man.
With
sex,
social media now,
it's good.
The exposure,
right?
It's crazy.
I messed around and I did my oldest daughter, and man, I was cringing as I was trying to ask her this question. The question was, were you having sex? And I was like, I hope she just lied to me, even if she is. I hope she just tell me. The answer needs to be no. It just needs to be no. And she was just like real fast. She was like, no. I said, damn. I was still mad because she answered it too damn fast. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna hit it with this. Yeah. Why? Why not? Why haven't you had sex yet? And she said, because it ain't for me. I said, damn. It was like, oh, because and I'd seen it in her eyes that it kind of surprised her for me to ask her the question like that. Because when she said it, and I said, okay, and I'm just burning up inside. Yeah. And I was like, man, and mind you, she's 25 now. So she was like 17, I think. She was 17. She definitely was 17. She was still in high school. I think she was a senior in high school. And I'm just cringing as I asked this question. Yeah. And it's like I already knew the answer. And I was just like, man. And it was just something where I was just like, God is on my head right now. It was like the day that it killed me. I am so ecstatic right now that she's 25. I'm glad that she's 25 now, because she's calming down, all these different other things. And I'm used to her being grown now. I got a grandson now. Yeah. So I'm used to that idea of having a grandson and all these different things. And I was just like, damn, even when I look at it, I said, damn, I didn't do what I actually could have did earlier in life, was to really make it a real conversation, with my kids. And that was one of the reasons why, was because I didn't know how to approach it. I'm like, shit, especially I got daughters. I'm like, man, this ain't nothing. I don't want to picture, you ever had it where when you was younger and your biggest, like being a young man, your biggest fear was to catch your girl screwing around on you, that's the. When I had kids, I ain't care nothing about that. That shit was on the back burner when it came out. I don't want to have that picture in my head with my children.
Yeah.
So that's where I got to the point where I was like, oh man, but I had to do it. And when she said because it wasn't for me, I was like, shit. And so I did tell her, I said, no, it is.
Yeah. Eventually,
it feels good. It feels so good. But it would cause another person to be on this earth. Yeah. That's how good it is. Yeah. Like, no, it's for everybody that's human. Even if you ain't human.
Exactly. Nah.
So we got to have some discernment with this shit. We have to have some type of just like you have to have some discipline with this shit, because when you doing what the hell you want to do and not saying, wait, when I do this, it can be somebody else that has to be accountable at some time of their life, at some point in their life, for their own life. And if I give them a life and I give them a mother that they're going to be not proud of, or if I'm a man that they're not proud of, I'm doing them a disservice. It's just like naming your kids some bullshit ass name that you know they're gonna have problems with. Why would you do something like that? And it's kind of like so many people, they don't give a fuck about their fucking kids because it's all about them. Now the craziest part is that
selfish.
That's a human condition. We all had some point, like I said, that urge to having sex. You ain't really thinking about no damn kids sometimes. You're just thinking about whatever is going on in that moment. You like, especially, you know, and especially the younger you are. And then as a man, look, we set out for that shit. You go to the club, you go whatever. You done put on, you got some new cologne, you got new sneakers, you got all kind of new shit.
You got money on the side that you could trick.
You got all kind of shit. Nigga, you got tricks. Right, you got tricks. You got rental cars and shit. It's being a man trying to get sex is like, it's an art. It is literally an art because not a lot of us get it. And there's very few of us that get it on the regular. That's why they invented marriage. So the motherfuckers that couldn't get it, they be like, well, shit, if I get married,
you could get it. But some people think it's a lie with marriage. No, for some. I mean, some people's marriages, you know what I'm saying? They may not get it all the time. We talk about this all the time. It's people though who have issues. They may not.
Yo, Robert, let me ask you. How many times per week do you think like married couples should have sex, right? It's first question. It's first part of the question. And second part of the question is, should a woman ever say no to her man when it comes to sex?
We be talking about it.
Okay. Go ahead. It's a difference. It's a difference saying no to having sex because you just don't want to fuck them. You're not attracted to the person. Also, it's a difference is you're not in the mood. So I can respect the fact, like, because like for example, me and my wife, like, I feel like when married couples, period, like people think, oh yeah, you're just having sex 24/7.
Yeah, it's not that. Thank you.
It's not that. Like one minute, I might not be in the mood, and my wife is. And 1 minute my wife might be in the mood. I'm not in the mood. It's like that shit weird like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I'm saying, if you're a man working all the time and shit, and then saying, or you're a stay-at-home mom, you know what I'm saying, your job is to be most likely the primary parent, you know what I'm saying? So it's different, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I could understand you're not in the mood, you don't have that urge right now. But if you're just saying like, oh no, just to say no because you're not attracted to somebody, like, and then you can't get mad you kind of can't get mad if that person want to say you want to fuck somebody else.
Then y'all
just don't tell me, take that shit to the grave. But you know, I feel like sex is it's important. And we've been told like, hey, sex ain't everything. Like, fuck that. Sex is the number one thing to a healthy relationship, marriage, is sex.
It is one of the important things. It is.
It's number one.
Jesus is number one.
Fuck all that, especially if you're married. Like,
but you got to also understand that sex is not just physical.
Exactly. Preach
that
it.
motherfucker
Preach it.
is so damn,
ahead.
it's so damn mental, because it gets to a point where if you are not sexually attracted to your mate, that motherfucker gonna play a motherfucking big. This is what fucks it up. You have unresolved issues. At some point, you're gonna be like, I can't stay with this person, especially if they say something that really like either hurt you or threw you for a loop.
Yeah.
And you don't resolve that shit, and they still feel the same way that they feel. Guaranteed, somebody gonna be sleeping their ass on a damn couch.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be, because it's a mental thing. And when you think about what sex actually is, it's everything. It's life. It's death. It's motherfucking. That shit is gentle and rough at the same goddamn time. It ain't nothing you can explain that's better than fucking sex. Give me something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to you get money, you exchange sex with damn money if you have to. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
But people, they dumb it down to being just a feeling.
Yeah.
They don't put it as, it's every fucking thing. You coming and going at the same damn time. Nigga, you would go as a man. Tell me I'm lying. Nigga, have you ever listen? When you come, nigga, it's like your mind blink out for a minute, and then it comes back in, and you can see better. And it's only like for 5 seconds, but you can see, hear, and smell a whole lot better.
Lighter.
Guess what else happens?
Your brain just starts working.
You come back to your damn senses.
Yeah.
That's why some dudes be like, "Damn it, I ain't had no business being with her ass." And they would sit back and they be like, I can't fake it no more. And they be out of there. And you won't see them again, because a motherfucker would sit back, man, and they would use it. Think about where the actually comes from. Your spine. Lightning hits your spine. Then it goes into your nutsack.
See?
While all of that shit is happening, your heart is pumping like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You literally can die by having sex. That's why so many old ass men die by having sex.
Yeah.
It's literally electricity going from your spine, the base of your spine, to your damn nutsack.
That's be the worst.
It's kind of like somebody just was like, clear, pow.
Man, niggas dying on the pussy.
No, right? That's what I'm about to say. Is that how y'all want to go out?
Hey, if it's over like that, a nigga be like, look, he did what he loved to do. That's crazy. You have no idea how many old men do that, especially now, because they got that damn Blue Chew and Viagra and all these different things that'll keep your yang going up.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now,
them shits is not
you have motherfuckers popping that shit like gum.
Yeah.
And so it's something where, because as you get older, you start losing testosterone and you start getting more fucking what they call estrogen, right? So that's why you have to do, that's why, when you exercising and you eating right, and you doing all these different things, you can keep your testosterone up. That's why, look at old men. They shoulders start to round out. They voice get higher. They ain't as like put a 70-year-old against a 17-year-old and look at how that 17-year-old is. The mildest 17-year-old. The motherfucker's enraged. That 70-year-old used to be just like that. That 70-year-old used to be just like that. Now the motherfucker's so cool, he just be like, man, I don't want no trouble.
No.
So what do? They end up talking a lot of shit, and that's about as far as we gonna go with that. 80, 90, 100. I got a grandfather that's 95 years old, right? Probably 96. I have no idea. But he done shrunk. He's down to about 6'2". My grandfather used to be 6'4", 6'5".
I guess that is true that it happens. Yeah.
Yes. He used to be, and he wasn't nothing. He was one of them father was like, he was one of them ones that spoke his, the truth. He spoke the truth, not his truth.
Right.
You in his presence, when he walked in there, he was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Nope. Tell that young man he got to go home. Like my father had to actually prove himself to my grandfather. My father had to sit back and speak up to him, be like, look, man, this is my wife. She can't be doing all those things she did before she was my wife. And that was some hard shit to do. My father is 5'10". He's shrunk. He's 60, 62, 61, 62.
Wow.
But it's a dope thing that you do. And going back to the whole thing where it comes down to sex, because it has a lot to do with estrogen and testosterone, because that urge where it comes down for women and men. One of the things about with women, y'all got to admit this. A woman, she really, really is in tune with a man and want to fuck the shit out of him when he's a man.
Yeah.
When he do man shit. Even if he do some dumb shit, if it's some man dumb shit, she'll be like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
But when he started doing all kind of other bullshit,
goofy ass shit,
want to argue with you, no, fuck all that. Cause now you like, I got my girlfriend with me. So her, all that shit, the estrogen and all that shit, it's like, nah, the coochie dry up, all that shit. Cause we're not acting like fucking men. That's why when women be talking about what they want in a man, and they be talking about they want a nigga that's do this and do that because of what they say, do, and all that shit, you like, just get a girlfriend in. Because when you get a man to do it, he'll never satisfy you. He ain't gonna ever satisfy you. Because the man that does satisfy you, he just gonna do it. He gonna give it to you. He just gonna be like, boop, you ain't gotta tell me what you want. I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. You know why? Because you can sit back and you can have your attitudes and all that shit. And because we men, we not gonna be sitting there tonight. I can't take her with the attitudes. No, we understand. We understand how y'all change from one to the next. My girl tell me in a minute, she be like, baby, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is how I get. And she be trying to give me heads up. We like, all right, I understand the heads up, but I still gotta experience the shit. Yeah. It's gonna test my manhood when it comes down to it. If you cannot be in the same space with your woman and be able to not handle her, it's not about handling her. It's about being who you are, being the true essence of who you are. Because you trying to handle her, it's not going to happen. You can't handle nothing. You can handle pots. You can handle shit with handles, doors and shit like that. But as your woman, what you trying to handle? You trying to be like shit. That's why when you will see, wives and husbands or girlfriends or boyfriends, when she gets mad at them and she'll hit them, it never was a problem because she wasn't trying to hurt the man. She was just trying to say, look, you pissing me off right now. Asshole. We should be able to be like when we do some asshole shit and you call us an asshole, we should be able to like, yep, I am doing some asshole shit, and then it's just over with. Why? Because we're different people. That's why we have sex a lot with each other. When you can resolve shit, you can still have sex with each other. What happens is that once you get into that thing where you be like, look here, bitch. And she, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. And we out here, we battling with each other. Well, why are you? And we always arguing.
Yo,
the dick shrivel up.
Can I say something real quick?
It gets dry.
Yeah. And I like some toxic sex now.
Yeah, I say that.
If you into it, you're nasty son of
of course.
You talk about the makeup, the breakup. Yeah. What is it? The breakup, the makeup. Yeah, break up the makeup sex is good, but you got to understand. You got to understand where your damn mate is with that shit. You start saying some shit, you be like, talk to me dirty. You like, all right, you bitch. She be like, hold on, motherfucker, wait a minute. Like, fuck your hoe.
Hey, most girls like that shit though.
No, but like I was saying, sex is everything. It's all of it. It's beautiful. It's nasty. It's dirty. It's clean. It's violent. It's all of that shit. It's all of it because it's something. And that's another thing when people be like, well, what is sex? Shit. All you gotta do is say everything.
It can be whatever you want it to be, though, to be honest.
It can be whatever. It is whatever you want it. You got motherfuckers sit back, choke the shit out of me while you do it.
Hey, it could be
It could be long. It could be very short.
It can be long and short. Hey, some people like it like that. Me, I'm getting older. I like 10 good hard ass pumps, and I'm out. I gotta go to work in 2 hours.
Hey, you know what I used to say? Hey, you know what I say?
Kevin Hart had a joke where he was like, he'll give you like a good 2 minutes, but he'll give you like 10 position in 2 minutes.
Hey man, I tell females, hey, dudes is like dice. Hey, one day, man, we the best motherfucker in the bed ever. Hey, the next day, shit. Yeah. Hey, shit happens.
Shit can be trash.
Shit can be trash, you know. Hey.
But we as men, we gotta watch our intake on shit that we eat.
Yeah, sea moss.
Yeah,
that
sea moss, natural Viagra, right there.
A lot of dudes be wondering why she don't like to, why she don't like to go down on me. Because probably you smoke a whole bunch of goddamn cools and Newports.
Drink water, man.
Right, you ain't drinking water.
Look, I'm a woman, so
right with your salty ass.
Yeah, women don't want that. No.
And you be amazed, man. Niggas hygiene, like girls, like biggest complaints, niggas hygiene. Like,
it's true. Look, I'm telling you about it. It's
like,
true.
nigga, clean your balls, my nigga.
No, quit walking around like a big dime sack. Niggas walking around smelling like a fucking blunt. You already know you smell like a blunt. You smell like that cheap ass liquor. At least, nigga, you could have had some Don Julio. This niggas is out here still drinking. And they drink all day, smoke all day. They sit back, don't take no showers or none of that shit. And then they be wondering, I'll be like, oh, hell no. Yeah. But it's the same thing with dude. Now, one of the things I'm really big on that as a man, look, because it shows on women way faster than it would show on a damn man.
I'm about to say that with some women now, they don't take care of themselves either.
You like, she walking around, especially if you walking around smelling like tilapia. That's
no, I'm telling you, one thing.
Hey, but guess what? Hey, guess what?
You smell like a full course meal up in this piece.
But guess what though? Niggas still gotta see that through.
No,
I just couldn't.
As a young nigga, probably so.
Yeah, young nigga.
But
what? To me, if I was a man, like, and it's a girl, like, I'm not gonna, like, no.
Yeah, nah,
you gotta understand how we operate.
Most dudes gonna see it through. They've been thinking about that shit for at least as long as they've been knowing her.
Or at least
but most guys, I'm telling you,
tell her to go.
I've had to tell people like, yo, go take a shower, you know.
But it's sad you shouldn't have to tell
you can't rock, you know.
Yeah, that's sad. Like if I had to tell you, it's like, hey, I'm gonna see this through right now. But,
this is it. Don't get mad when you don't hear from me again. It's
for real.
Shit was trash.
You just go.
Niggas ain't. I ain't worked this hard for nothing.
But like now, even when you listen to the music, and it used to, and I ain't gonna even lie, my generation was really like the forefathers of this hookup shit. We was the forefathers of the hookup shit. And it was just like normally it was when you travel, you know what I'm saying, college, military, that was where it started from. Then hookup came from just somebody in the hood. Like I never been in my neighborhood past 18. 18, I was gone. I'm out of there. I'm overseas. I'm all over the place. I'm in Maryland, Texas, all these different places. So after 18, it wasn't like that. But when I come back home, most people, that's where they at, where they were raised at.
Yeah.
And so they hook up, end up being that. Even in going back to being, when we talk about young again, we had skip parties. Now this is in the 80s, mid to late 80s. Them skip parties was nothing to fuck with. When I tell you, skip parties was something where it was, oh man, it was again, this is how most dudes experience and most girls experience sex. And it was terrible for the girls because this is when they was running trains on them. This is when, and yeah, and these were skip parties, and We talk about junior high and high school.
Hey, me and Carissa know we went to Suffolk High.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Y'all,
A lot of
where y'all
motherfuckers
went
getting
to,
run in there.
Yeah, but where y'all went to, it was way better than I went to Cooley, right?
Okay.
So in Southfield, at least y'all can be around people that got better houses.
You annoying. I'm done. I'm done. Jason,
we talk about trap. I swear to God, I went to a skip party. Had no business in the goddamn skip party, and the goddamn thing got shut up. Luckily, most of us was down the basement. It was a trap house. We didn't even know it was a fucking trap house. So being 15, 16 years old, and check this out. Most of the dudes that was there at that skip party was what? 20, 19. They were out of high school. At least at the age of being out of high school. It was way more dangerous during that time, especially there. We talking about Finkel, talking about Grand River, 6 Mile, Livernois, right over there, Livernois, Highland Park. That shit wasn't, yeah. So, and we talking about, and my dumb ass, I'm catching buses to skip parties all the way in fucking Highland Park, knowing I ain't got no business over there.
Too? Oh no.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, and then next thing you know, some shit go down. You be like, if I make this shit live, if I make it alive, I'll never do this shit.
Right? I was about to say that because
that's how dangerous it was. It was a little bit dangerous, but it was more dangerous for the girls because what they was doing was they were trying to be goddamn grown. They fuck around, boom. It was 2 guys that they probably wanted to screw, but it ended up turning from two guys to 12.
That's crazy though.
And they didn't know how. Yes, and they didn't know how to say no because they in the shit now, and that's what we had to deal with. And they never said anything about it. Then you see them when they get older. It's all fucked up.
Now that the Me Too movement and that's the same thing that we were talking about too. Like back then, like people would do stuff, and I feel like in the moment they, like you said, they probably didn't really want to say, no necessarily to look bad, but then you get like 20, 30 years like later, they're all speaking out now. But to me, it's like kind of sad, like. Because it's like part of you may feel kind of like sad like about it, what they probably like went through because they couldn't speak up, but then I kind of feel like why wait 20, 30 years later on to even say anything too, because like basically you made that decision to actually be there. Nobody told you, hey, go to this party, go do this. They didn't do that. So at the end of the day, you knew like deep down not to even be there. So, and I mean, when you're young, like I feel like you always do, stupid stuff too. So I mean, but I just feel like just to wait years like later on, like you said, to speak up now, it gets kind of messed up for like dudes, who may have like been there back then doing what they wanted to do,
Absolutely. Oh, shout out to Andrew Larson. He's like, can you say happy birthday to Nick?
Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday.
Let's read some of these comments because
Donna, Julieta, Torres, Flores. Damn, that's a lot. She's like, hi. Shout out. April Showers. What's up? We got a new subscriber. Thank you. Absolutely.
Hey, go to Dacia Johnson. I think I said her name.
Let me see where we at.
Dacia Johnson. My wife. my wife. Yeah, she already talking shit. Let me read my wife's comment.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, go down. He said, I throw pussy at his ass all the time. Don't let him fool you. He don't get in the mood. I'm always in the mood. That's fucking cap. Whatever. Yeah, nothing. All right.
Wifey, go ahead.
She do throw it to me all the time. But shit, like I said, like sometimes I don't be in the mood. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it been times that she haven't been in the mood. So yeah, chill on me.
You know what's funny with that? Like for me, I'm like,
I don't say no. I just say at the moment, hey, give me some time.
Yeah.
Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Then I mean, sometimes people are tired too. I mean,
Oh my God, I'm tired. We both tired.
No, sometimes, I'm saying sometimes you get tired. Look, when you drain, you have kids and you got all this going on. I mean, there's sometimes you just want, you know what I mean? And then it's like you do get a little drained. We're human beings. Like it happens. Not that we don't attracted to each other. Things happen to people sometimes.
I feel like that's the number one excuse. Women.
It's not number one excuse. No, it's not. It's not that. Cut it out. Cut out. It's not.
It's
that.
like, come on. Man.
But then look, he don't need to say nothing. This sometimes look, I be tired, but I still like whatever.
Yeah, we know what I'm saying. That's my thing. We still gonna fuck, but it's like give me time. Like I ain't gonna,
you know.
Yeah. We still gonna fuck. This I think shit. And then I might not want it. Just give me some time right now. Let me get in.
But it is a little bit different with men though, because we got to put some work in. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all sure enough do.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hey, look, that's good. Y'all, you still young. I'm older. I'm like, man, listen, I have to. My ass got to put shit in goddamn order. God damn it, I fuck around and my ass won't go to work. I swear to God, I won't. Like, fuck that. I'm calling in. I done fucked around a strange. So,
hey, what y'all think about this comment?
All right. Oh, hold on. Let me get shouts out. You gotta get Ibrahim 69. He says, shout out, please.
What up?
What's happening, brother? I appreciate you over here on What We Know podcast. Thank you. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, so that's her name,
Dacia Johnson.
Dacia Johnson. What y'all think about this? I had my first baby at 15. I'm 21 now with 4 boys, and I'm single, a mother, doing it all by myself. I don't need a man to take care of me and my boys. Well, hey, big up to you then. One day I'm gonna tell you, hey, keep living life. You're 21, so let's see how that same energy at 31. And
wait, she got 4 boys.
You want me to speak? You want me to
give her some.
Yeah, go ahead. I want you to lay on
the streets. The streets. The streets.
I'll be right back.
She for the streets. The streets.
So first of all, if you're 21 with 4 boys, I consider people under my age kind of like as kids. Not even though you're 21, you still don't know everything. You don't know anything. You don't know shit. I'm just gonna put it like that. You don't. If you're 21, you got 4 boys you're taking care of. You can't have this mentality of that you don't need a man, because at the end of the day, being a single mom is not anything fun for single moms that have been out there. I was once one until I got married, and so it's not pretty. And I remember that it's not easy. It's not easy. So and I only had 1 kid. So the fact that she has 4. I think to have the mentality, you shouldn't even want to even say that. Like, who wants? I mean, and that's her opinion. I'm not judging. Well, a little in a way.
No, fuck it. You can judge. Fuck it. Like, ain't nothing wrong with judging.
As a 21-year-old woman, you shouldn't be sitting there saying you don't need a man. You do need a man. At the end of the day, like I feel like when women they have this thing, I hate it. They feel like they don't need you guys, men out there to do anything. They could do it alone. My thing is, why would you rather grow old and alone? Like, there's simple things, like perfect example. This sometime in the house, I can't, open this bottle of wine. I got my husband to do it. Babe, can open this. It's the little things you think about. Imagine being an old woman. You grow older. Look, she has 4 boys. You're 21. How many years from now, since you don't need a man, and if you keep, telling yourself that, you probably not even gonna have one by the time you hit 30, 40s, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, I want somebody." You got these 4 kids. You sitting around, and I mean, and it's like 9 out of 10 men now. I've been saying this every day. I don't know what's been going on in the universe, but y'all been waking up to where it's like men ain't taking woman shit no more, and it's the truth. They're not taking it. They're not gonna take that. So if you're gonna have this mentality that you don't need anybody, seriously, she's gonna get old and she's gonna grow and probably die alone. And that's not who wants to die alone. Who does?
Yeah.
But then,
man, I don't take females serious when they talking about they don't need a man.
That's crazy to me.
You know what I'm saying? And then plus, this girl is 21 years old.
And then she don't know nothing.
She don't know nothing. All right, keep living life, and let's see how you raise your kids, your boys, when they get older. Let's see how bad you don't need a man. Yeah, it's probably easy now because they probably little.
But I'm just thinking,
they grow up.
I just gotta say one thing. I mean, she's saying she don't need a man.
That's
I hope
a lot at 21.
Those fathers or that father is not on child support.
I hope not either.
So she got
if she's saying she don't need a man, somebody on child support.
Oh, she got it.
I can't stand
him, so I guess she got it.
I can't stand that.
And at 20, well, at 21, this is the thing. At 21, and you have 4 children. I don't care what. If you don't have a man right now, you won't have a man. It ain't even. It's not even an answer of.
You're a red flag.
I don't need a man.
You won't.
You know how hard it is to find, and that's a special dude that can actually sit back and say,
Amen.
I'm gonna take on you and those children.
I'm telling you.
That is a special dude. That's some real business right there.
And for her being young, I feel like at this age, I always said it. I remember being 21. This year I'll be 30. 21 years old. Like you gotta be humble yourself. I mean, that's a lot of kids.
You gotta find a different purpose.
That's a lot of kids. I mean, to me personally, at 21. And most men, I mean, I would feel like if you had 4 kids, you was what? Like around our age, and it like spread out, but that's all at once. How old are those kids?
They can't be that damn old that she had her first child at 16.
And then this other thing though, she cannot sit here and say she don't need a man. That's really retarded to me because I don't get it. How so you're okay with every day getting up? Me personally, I get stressed out with the 2 that we have.
I think
she needed a man to give her that dick.
Yeah.
No, but no, I think
fuck all that.
I think it's just something that she was that was embedded in her, and it's something to if first and foremost, because we on the internet, if it's true, it's something where you would have women that would speak that whole "I don't need a man" thing. See, nobody said that you needed a man, so if you had to say that you needed a man,
you need a man.
You need a motherfucking man. Then,
yeah.
This is where it gets down to the point of, especially if you had 4 children, you're unwed, and you don't have anybody.
Exactly.
You already understand that you're unmarketable.
Yeah.
You're not marketable.
You are. You're
it's not that
crazy.
right. The only dude that you would get is a nigga that needs a place to stay. What they call a hobo.
And I know
that's what they
run around and they use women. We know some people. Well, we ain't friends with them, but we know people who've done that to people. Yeah. They got like 4 or 5 kids. They get them. And they just use them for a roof over their head, food to eat, and they bounce. And so what are you gonna do? Just come in there, smash you, and leave, and then you do that. I always say this: people think that kids don't see shit. Kids are really smart. They see everything. When they don't even look at you, they see everything though, on the low. So you have 4 boys, and then what are you gonna teach them how to even respect a woman when they get into the dating world? Because a lot of times that they're
not needed.
It stems from the home. And then they'll be like, damn, I'm gonna see her doing this. This how she did. Then I don't have to treat a woman with respect. Like, what do you do? What do you do with her?
They actually, she's teaching her, if she got boys, she's teaching them that they're not needed in the world. They're not relevant in the world.
And they won't provide.
Anytime.
And they won't provide. Right.
And they won't. They're gonna sit back, and next thing you know, they're gonna go out here and try to swim in the world. Yep. And they're gonna get bit by a guy. It ain't even gonna be a shark or nothing. It's gonna be a little guppy and nibble on them, and they're gonna run right back to her house because she can't let them go. So next thing you know, she's gonna have grown ass men sitting there preying on other goddamn girls in that neighborhood. And guess what they're gonna end up doing? The same fucking thing that the dudes did they mom. And that's what they're gonna end up doing. And then they're gonna be on, but this is the thing, they're gonna be on the other side of the goddamn pension.
Exactly. That's terrible. I mean,
that's how the shit keep going. That's why it's very important for us to have the whole thing with sex, because for some odd reason, people have gotten the sex misconstrued. They think that sex, they're either on the side of you shouldn't be having sex, or they're on the side of fuck that, I'm gonna fuck these hoes. I'll deal with it later. They're not in the middle where they can sit back and say, no, this shit is it's a very powerful thing to do. Yeah. But they don't even understand how powerful it is, because they said, the possibility of me creating or co-creating a human being that's going to eventually be an adult is very high. So what do I do to mitigate the possibilities of having unwanted children? That's what they have to think about, because we're in a society right now where people are saying what? All children are blessings. And I always ask them,
Yeah, but
was Adolf Hitler a blessing?
I was about to say, well, look, I feel like some people come into this world and they're not. I mean, I don't want this to sound ever harsh, but I've been telling them, my mouth is rude. I state it straight up. Some people are just a waste of air. They are. They come into this world, they're fuck ups. They do. There's some people that are fuck ups, and I believe, oh my God, I'm not to judge them.
But check this out, though.
Hey,
a lot of them come from weak ass parents.
Yeah, and it's the parents' fault. It is. I blame the parents. Yes,
that childhood trauma.
Yeah, it is, and it's really sad though. It honestly is, because they come out here, whether it's a man or a woman, they don't know how to be. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to be, I guess, quote unquote, like civilized in a way. You know what I mean?
That's why it's always good. That's why it's always good to tell people that life is what it is.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing that you imagine it to be. It is what it is. It can be cruel and beautiful at the same time. It is life. That's why they tell you, hey, that's life. That's a very powerful thing. When somebody sit back and you be like, man, this happened to me, this happened. I done have 4 of my people that died in a row, and somebody will look at you and they say, that's life.
Yeah.
That's life.
But
that's life.
But as far as like when we talk about the topic of like, you know, not just on the whole of having your kids young and stuff like that, but I've always seen this too, and I've heard this, like, you know, the people, I guess, I don't know how to word it in a way of like, I was told like before by someone, just an adult, like, you know, it only takes that one time. So my thing is, we're not teaching, like, when you have to talk, I guess, in the future with your kids at a certain age about sex and stuff like that, it is important, yes, to wrap it up. Like for me, growing up, my parents, I want to say, like, we had to talk, but they kind of never. I grew up in a strict household, so for them, it was the talk of like, look, don't have sex at all, because you either get pregnant. That's what we're afraid of, obviously, with like most parents would be, or you catch a disease out there. But my mom, like, probably would, like, you know, talk to me and say, hey, I hope you're not, like, she used to say some crazy stuff that I used to look at her like she was crazy, but that's a good reason. But she used to be like, I hope you're not having sex at school. I'm looking at her like, because I'm like,
my you know why you say that, Carissa?
She get around.
You know what she said? No,
why
you say that,
Carissa? A hot mess
Carissa?
though, because my mind was so innocent. Like, I used to look at her, I'm like, I used to be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how can you even do that? Like, I was really naive and dumb. And mom was like, oh, okay, as long as you're not. And I'm like, what were you doing in high school? You know?
Hey, Carissa, you know why she said that?
Yeah, and then I learned as
we went to Southfield High.
And yes, well, truthfully, look, like my mom, like growing up when she was in high school, she was here in Queens, New York. So she grew up over here. So I knew about like her high school stories when her and my dad dated, you know, whatever, for our business out there. But I didn't understand that. And then like, when I finally, like, later on towards my end of high school, and then, you know, it was whatever, we still spoke about it, but it was just this, it was always, oh, you know, wait until you get married. You just have to. So I started growing with the mentality, which I'm not ashamed to say, for me personally, I used to tell my mom straight up, like, I didn't want to, like, it's not like I'm going to come out here in the sleep with, like, you know, whoever. But at the same time, like I told her, if it's somebody that I like, which I'm grateful for, I've always been respected, and I carry myself with respect too. So the respect is reciprocated back. But I'm not going to just be out here, you know what I mean? But like my grandmother, she I feel like out of all the advice I ever got based around sex when I got to college, she straight up told me, she was like, look, I'll, you know, buy you the box of condoms. My grandmother told me that. She said, I'd rather buy you a box of condoms and you use it, because she just basically was like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite until you don't have sex.
Now that was
real.
Yeah, my grandmother told me.
Now that could be for most to a red flag now.
But
what to have condoms?
Yeah, but girl.
What for a woman to have condoms? No, the thing is, Yeah, but I mean, I told her, I said, no, I said, I ain't trying to like go out like that because I was always picky. I'm a picky person.
No, look, but some niggas they'll be like, yo, I don't got no condoms, and they
most niggas go like, I wouldn't plan on using them bitches.
You know, the woman can have condoms just in case. Because I've heard stories from a lot of.
Let's be 100% honest on this shit.
Yeah,
condoms is not a good answer. Why? Because you take away from having sex. It's kind of like, what is it? It's like eating ice cream, but not. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's like
I don't know. I gotta disagree.
It's like eating ice cream. You're like eating it through saran wrap or some crazy
somebody
ass
said
shit
that
like
before.
that.
I remember once somebody said that saran wrap. I said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I heard niggas. I heard.
I was like, "Nigga,
it's stupid."
Yeah, it's like diet sex. It's
you're annoying.
Everybody, I don't know if I agree.
Everybody knows. Everybody can say this.
Wait, it's like having sex, but not really.
It's good.
It's kind of like it's. Listen, it's supposed to. This is the thing. The condoms are there because we have to protect ourselves, man. You can catch something, you can get somebody. It's all kind of shit that happens. But let's be 100 with it. It's not a natural thing.
It's not.
When you're talking about something that is more, there's no other way that you can actually bring a person into this earth without a man and a woman. And the only way you could do that is through pain and pleasure. That's how it goes. And when you talking about a damn condom, you're probably talking about more pain than you're talking about fucking pleasure. It is what it is. This is why you got so many people that don't like to use condoms. It is just not. It's like having diet sex.
I mean, but not
you like it's
condoms,
like
though. So, you know
it's like drinking a cola 0-calorie Pepsi. You know who drinks that shit?
I don't know who drinks it.
You know what I'm saying? It sells, but how many people are drinking 0-calorie Pepsi?
I remember after me and my wife our first daughter, right, Aria, and we were like, you know what, we just want to be careful, you know what I'm saying? So we said, like, let's start using condoms. We gonna be careful,
right, Robert?
We gonna be careful, man. Like,
nigga, how you careful having sex?
Man, my wife was like, man, fuck all this.
Right. Slap that shit off.
We try to
it's diet sex. It's a hard thing. Listen, think about it. When you have women that have, 37 different prophylactics that they can use for not having babies, right? Yeah. Then you have a couple of them, 3 or 4 of them for men and women for not having baby. Then how many you have for diseases? You don't really have a whole bunch because you can catch a fucking disease by kissing somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what condoms are, they're not to prevent, they're to mitigate. They understand when they came up with this shit that it's going to be more people not wearing condoms than, the people that are. They didn't do it because of, to keep people from getting pregnant. They did it because there was too many people getting chlamydia and gonorrhea. Yeah. So that's basically where it came down from. It actually, to tell the truth, it was for homosexuals. It was not for heterosexuals. Why? Because you got too many goddamn people having children and too many damn people that got diseases still, heterosexuals that still have diseases. So what it was to mitigate, not to alleviate. That's all it was. And think about it now. Look at all this shit that's still going on right now. The condom people are still making a lot of goddamn money. Why?
Yeah, they are making
because
money.
It's just there. They making big time money. They got to the point where they said, "Fuck them condoms. We're gonna start making vibrators."
Yeah. Oh,
they make more. Too. They got vibrator rings and all kind of shit now. They was like, man, fuck them goddamn condoms. They was trying to put real condoms. They were trying to get.
They got flavor
and all that. They said, "Fuck that shit. That shit ain't selling."
It's not.
Vibrator panties.
Right.
Yeah, because.
And then brothers, we out here talking about our fucking pullout game. We like, fuck a condom. I got a good pullout game. Check this out. Let me show you how I get down. Everybody,
You'll pull out and your mom be like, all right, I can squeeze one more pump. One more. Come on.
One more pump. And then you get stuck.
And you be like, oh,
and that's it. Ooh.
the average nigga pull out game
and
is
then
shit.
the fucked up part when
That's
you girl
how
tell
it
you
happens
don't pull out, and
sometimes.
hey, the fucked up part when the girl tell you, hey, don't pull out, you be like, man,
but sometimes
baby, you gonna take this L because
when women say that though, I feel like, well, I'm gonna speak for the ones who probably would say it. Some may mean it, but some like when you say it, it's just in a way of like, it kind of turns you on to say, don't pull out. But you really
Right. It is a turn on. You like, shit.
Or what get me, they tell you don't. Or they tell you don't stop.
Yeah.
Or they tell you don't stop. I'm like, look,
it's a
Which is it?
No, it means really stop. But don't stop.
If I keep going, baby, nah. Take this L right now.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm about to go to CVS right quick. Hey,
Right?
look here. They got that Plan B that morning after.
I know somebody who went through that.
You got a hot 20. Let's go half on that.
Oh my goodness.
But it's just
That's funny.
at the end of the day, that's the natural urge. There's nothing else that's more urgeful than that naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally. And it's because as humans, we have to bring more humans here.
Yeah.
Because at some point we expire.
Yeah.
So that's something that's just, if you just look at it as it's
Abusing it.
it's something that it's to keep the world
Populating. Be fruitful and multiply.
yeah, it's to keep the world. So look at other animals. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck.
No, they don't. You ever watch
They be
Animal
like,
Planet and
They
stuff?
don't get the
Right.
But they don't get diseases.
I wish that-
That's the thing.
that's the thing. Sexual
Isn't that
transmitted
crazy?
diseases. We all hope and wish
I
that
believe
there
they're
was
man-made.
no diseases and you could just go ahead and do your thing. But
The
it's
disease
like,
thing is questionable. I feel
No.
like
you gotta
I don't-
be safe.
Yeah, it can be because you got to remember too. They got patents on shit
I
that
was
was
about to
man-made.
say that. Some disease.
They got patents
wanna
on some of
sound-
this shit. So
Yeah, something.
but let me tell you what you will know that's really real. Chlamydia and gonorrhea.
Yep.
The rest of that shit, you be like, those are clear medical. It's like them motherfuckers, they say, no, if you do this right here, this is how you get chlamydia.
Yeah.
You do this right here, this is how you
It's
get
a high rate.
Go against right. So it should get you to a point again where you have to practice discipline.
Yeah.
Because if you're aware of how strong the urge is. So if you actually, like women, one of the things that you guys have to practice is who the fuck y'all letting in the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what y'all have to practice, because we gonna try. With men, we have to practice on who the fuck we out here courting. Because at the end of the day, we both have to have, women and men have to have some type of discipline when it comes down to it. Women, look, you are not a motherfucking candidate for my child. Right. You fine and all, and you look good and all that shit. But as far as being a dad, fuck you. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you my number, and that's about as far as that go. Now, if you show me something different, then it's gonna be all right. But yeah, motherfucker, this not going down like that. With men, we have to be at the point, like all the shit that they say that's wrong. Like when you dating young, no, that shit is right. Y'all supposed to be funny as hell with us. Y'all supposed to get it to a point where it's like, the most clever, the funniest, the strongest, whatever it is, that's the dude that I'm going to talk to. Yeah. Then with us, we got to sit back and say, man, let me see if she is compliant, if I can get along with her, if we can be friends and all that shit. It's like, and we have to figure it out. And the way we have to figure it out is after y'all figure it out, because after y'all give it to us, the leverage is gone.
It go back what you said
it's
last
out of there. Show. We got the leverage now.
It go back what you said the last show we did. You get what you negotiate.
Yeah, it's a negotiation. It's definitely a negotiation. So that's why it ain't never been a problem with I'm telling you, with dudes that's really in the game, we ain't never had a problem with getting turned down.
No.
We be like, damn, nigga, how I'm gonna do this? And we figure it out. We just, it's an art.
Yep.
Trying to get coochie is an art. Until when you get older, you be like, shit, nigga, I'm done. That's why you can have them old dudes. It'd be so funny where you had old dudes. They out the game. They been out the game. That's why they can only tell you about when they was 30. I mean, when they was 20 and 19 and shit like that. And you got them old cool ass uncles.
Yeah.
That they still think they cool like they was when they was 19. They ain't. But you just be like, all right, he be like, shit. What?
Right, let you have your shine.
Right, man. I used to have all them damn skeezers. I had all the skeezers on me, and this was crazy.
Your skis old as hell.
Like
man.
Even when men brag, it's always in abundance, ain't it?
Yeah.
It ain't. You ain't never had a dude brag and be like, boy, that one girl I had, shit. No, they be like, boy, I had all the goddamn women.
And they be lying. Someone be
lying like a motherfucker. They be like, shit.
It's the old niggas' fault. Old niggas made us believe sex is easy.
Yeah.
Right, I walk up to a skeezer.
The fuck?
Skeezer.
Yo, you know how you mentioned, it's an art, like getting, talking to a woman and kind of like macking, you know what I'm saying? That type of, thing. Do you feel like it's the same thing? Because I feel like now with like social media and all these dating apps, it's easy now. From what it looks like, and
not for me.
That I know
it ain't for men like, because
it's like you swipe here, swipe there, boom, and then we hang out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know if
the new game is to find someone that's quality.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the new game. That's the new art that you have to come out to. You have to be able to decipher who is quality. So that's the new game. Before, the game used to be how many women that I can get, and we just speaking on men. How many women that I can get on my line? Now it's like it's not really that. For one, it's because there's not a lot of these dudes, man. I'm telling you, you got 20, 24-year-olds, dog. They lame as hell. They can't get shit. That's why a lot of these men are turning gay. It's too hard to be a goddamn man because they don't want to take rejection. You see what happened when they take rejection? They shoot schools up and shit. Yeah. They beat girls up. They shoot up goddamn restaurants and shit like that. That's why. So the art is not how many women you got and all that. It's the new art is being able to catch someone that is actually a catch. And a lot of dudes don't. That's why you got so many women that's in the game. You got women that got like that one woman with the 4 kids. Yeah. Who's she supposed to be competing against?
I know. Yeah.
How's she gonna compete with a woman that only got one? With a woman that ain't got none? How's she compete?
No dude ain't gonna take her serious.
No,
the ones that will would be hobosexuals. It's the same thing with dudes. We compete with other dudes. We compete with other dudes. That's what it is. That's why you got some dudes that will sit back and be like, and it's very rare. Well, now it's not. It used to be rare where a guy wanted that woman that had another man. It was rare back then. Now they make songs. It's like I could take your girl type of shit. Like you could get killed. That's what you can do. Quit messing with dudes like that, man. Stay out of people's situation. Hey, motherfuckers ain't stable right now.
Yeah.
So quit doing that. So that's why you have to look at them as those are just songs. Quit playing with that shit because that ain't cool. So now the new game is, how can I land someone that is quality? How can I land somebody that is not trying to finesse me? That's the new game.
I'm about to say that's
because you got right. If the way that the game is right now, first and foremost, the ones that is easy to get, that's the low hanging fruit. That's just what it is. The ones that's very easy to get, if you don't have to have any requirements or anything, they don't even give you requirements. That's the low hanging fruit. Now the catch to it is you just dick to them. That's just what it is. So when you look at them and you sit back and all you got to do, it's so easy now. Have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
the first sentence that come out their mouth, you gonna already know.
Fact.
It's not hard now. This shit is easy as hell right now.
Because they're influenced by so much stuff now from the internet, social media. So the way
the music,
the stuff I be hearing, some of these women on the internet, the way they talk and carry themselves, I'm like, y'all trifling.
They're more aggressive than guys are now.
Yeah, they
In
are.
fact.
You hear them, hey bro, you be like, bro, for
Yeah,
real?
I hate when a girl calls a man bro.
I don't like.
Right, but they do the same thing to them.
My nigga.
Yeah, my nigga, bro. All they act like men, so it's very. The game is actually easier now because at least you have women that sit back and be like, "Oh shit, I ain't even got to compete with these hoes like that no more." Because now they can find quality men, but they don't look at it that way. Yeah. It's easier now to find a quality man now because all you got to do is look at what all these other girls are doing, all these young girls are doing, and you do the total opposite. That's all you got to do. Look at the type of man they're going for. You go for the total opposite of what they're looking for. It's very easy right now. They don't have any substance to anything that they do. The game was very hard. It used to be like, damn, man, she looks like she's innocent. Then you find out, I mean, she's still a good girl, but she did some old fucked up shit. But you can forgive it. Now it ain't even that no more. It's like it used to be a dilemma. You be like, oh god damn, I like the girl. I found this out, and it used to be some shit. Now it's not being like that anymore. So now the game actually is way more easier if you're trying to find somebody that's quality. Because everybody right now, it's just pussy dick.
Yeah, literally. And I mean,
you like, yeah,
it's a big fuck fest.
It's a dick, right? It's like, what's up? What's up?
Look when you scroll.
And wait, they don't even, and they don't say it with their voice.
It's like a real internet orgy, right?
You gotta call me if you want to. I'm not talking to you on the phone. I don't do shit like that. And you better not have an Android. It's some dumbass shit.
Dumbass shit, bro.
It's some dumbass shit. I bet not see that green bubble.
You don't even.
You're like, what kind of shit is this? So it's at a point now where if you got women and young girls that's really trying to find a quality dude, it's not really hard for them to do it. They just got to stop being
part of the group.
Yeah, being part of the group.
Yeah.
They be like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all do that shit right there. I'm gonna let y'all have your, the hot girl summer and all that shit. With dudes, all they got to do is just wear their pants right, talk normal, and they got them a woman. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And all they got to do, the girl that don't like them, they be like, I understand why she don't like me. I'm not sitting there being, man, let me tell you, it's been a long time, like, living in the D. This shit was, I didn't like none of these girls that was here for a long goddamn time. Man, I used to be like, what the fuck is this? Grab you on your ass and they aggressive.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like New York. Same thing.
The fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Jackson, Brooklyn, New York.
New York, period, though, is rough.
Super aggressive.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about you be sitting there talking, trying to have a conversation. They be like, yeah, I swear to God, this girl said this to me one time. She said, I'm sitting there talking, trying to get my little resume or whatever. We sit there talking. She's like, yeah, that's all good and dandy, but what's up with that dick? I'm like, what the
yeah, it's like man, they bold and approach. It's like
that's really a turn off for dudes. Like
you're like, damn.
Like, I'm about to be I'm about to be a magician. I'm gonna be like, watch this shit right here. I'm about to watch how I just disappear in your ass right here. That's some crazy shit. What the fuck? I'm not no damn.
Because at that point, I'm gonna just assume that you got some dick earlier, a couple hours before.
She running niggas.
Yeah.
Like,
she running niggas for real.
And that's you're gonna be a hoe, be a low key hoe,
right? No, but this is the thing, though.
No, just be over there. Just go over there
on the low. Don't you remember? Like hoes used to be like they was hoes, but they wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Hoes used to be hoes.
We had hoes in school. They was hoes, but they was
low key.
They do got a whole look
though. Remember when hoes used to be real hoes?
I feel like, damn, y'all so stupid now.
You can't tell these hoes, man.
These hoes want to to be wifey now.
Yeah. They want to be a wife now.
Right.
Rob, you
I
graduated
deserve a
2010,
picket
right?
fence.
Yeah.
So you graduated in 2010, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
God damn, I feel old.
Right? We got like 11 years now.
Check this out.
That was 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
That was 10 years. Look, that was 10 years after I got out the military, nigga. Damn.
Yo, check this out.
After doing 10 years.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Yo, do you remember how hard it was to get like a sexy picture? Like you had to work to get that.
It used
like
to be
I remember,
hard.
yo,
Yeah.
you be on the phone, caking it, all that, and then for a girl to send you some sexy shit, you have to work to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go on social media, bro.
It's there.
Oh my god.
No, literally.
It's there.
Shit is just right there for free.
And
For
check this shit out.
$3.99, I be like,
check this shit
Y'all
out.
making me feel older than
Get
motherfucker,
the
nigga.
link.
in the
Y'all
Bible, I
getting
be like,
Polaroids, nigga.
And then
Y'all
girls-
know what a Polaroid is? It's-
Girls actually get mad when niggas get in their DMs and have the nerve to call them thirsty.
yeah.
Like,
And
nigga,
I'm like,
I'm like, yo,
Of course.
look at this shit you
you know how
posting.
dudes operate?
I mean, this is my thing.
The fuck?
Women, I feel like the women, they have to understand this. Whatever you put out, I mean, this is my thing. I always say this. Men, I feel like women have to understand men a little bit to understand. I'm speaking like from a woman's, point of view, like, but how men are. I be saying this, like, I feel like however we carry ourselves and what we put out there, 9 times out of 10, that's how you are gonna treat and you know what I'm saying? Even the classiest girl, it could be a fuck like nigga that's out there, and he's a little dog, but he's still gonna approach her, but he may not approach her with being rude or disrespectful like he would do somebody else and put him out there. But because at the end of the day, men are men. But I feel like they put it out there and they get upset. But I'm like, this is what you're putting out there, though.
Yeah.
So what do you think people are gonna say to you? What they gonna say?
Look, you can't be like, oh, I'm an independent woman. Hey, I love myself, all this other shit, but you don't.
They don't love
But you
themselves.
can't expect.
They don't.
Yeah, like
That's
but you
why.
expect to treat you like a lady
That's
still.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
oh, the fuck out of here.
I mean,
You gotta think how dudes operate. We are literally hornballs.
exactly.
You know
And
what
if
I'm
you're
saying?
showing your
That's like-
titties
That's like fucking putting a bone in front of a fucking dog. You think that motherfucker ain't gonna bite?
exactly.
Like,
And then you see
So
do y'all-
No, go ahead.
So do y'all, Jeff and Rob, do y'all think that it should be the way that it was when women, they give a man I don't want to say a hard time, but you have to be able to show and prove. Yeah, you have to be able to earn it. It's kind of like the way I look at it is, man, that's why I never had a problem with rejection. You know what I'm saying? I probably did as a kid. We had to go through some type of heartbreak. You dig what I'm saying? And I know I had a heartbreak. I just can't pinpoint it right now because it was just an experience. And it didn't turn me bitter. It made me work harder at being a better person, especially being a better teenager. When I was a teenager, I was just like, nigga, I'm about to, it was just something. And I looked up to other dudes that I found that had, the end results was some shit with, they got girls. And it was my cousins. It was even older guys that used to tell me, and I used to love, and that was where I was like, when we had this discussion where, how did you learn about sex? Because these men that I looked up to, man, this was uncles. I had some smooth ass uncles. My uncles was smooth as shit.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? And they all had different ways on how they were smooth. I had an uncle that he learned just make that bread. Had another uncle that was talking about you make that bread, you smell good, you look good, and they were fairly tall. And these were the things that, not just what they said, it was things that I observed that they did. And I seen the quality of women that they had also.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes sometimes it was fucked up, sometimes it was good, It was like, damn, all right. But when you see the quality of women that they get, especially, again, what we learn as men is it's an abundance. It's like an abundance mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And about time you get to the point, because I think a lot of people get this shit misconstrued too. When you get to the point where you want to be married and build a family, that has nothing to do with when you are single as a man. You're learning, you're finding your way, you're sowing your oats and all that shit that they be saying. So when you get to a point where you say, I want to be married, that means that you want to build legacy, right? And I want to find someone to build legacy with.
Yeah.
I think this is where, in America anyway, and specifically Black America, where we missing it right now. We're missing it because so many people think that it's fucked up to get married. Now, this is where we missing it also. You don't have, if you don't want to fuck with the state and the city and judges and all that shit and getting married and merging, you don't have to.
Yeah.
There's other ways to do that. But because of conditioning and all these different beliefs that we were instilled in and stuff like that, people only see one way.
Yeah.
So now you have people that sit back and say, fuck that. Marriage is, it's a fucked up thing for men to get into, right? It is if they're not understanding that it's more than one way to be married. It's way more than one way to fucking be married. You can make it law. You can get wills. You can get power of attorney. Do it. It's going to take a little more work.
I didn't know.
But
yeah.
But when you get married, now this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. That's why when we talk about these things, as far as like, what's the purpose of marriage and what's the purpose of sex and all these different things, the reason why we have the society going the way that it is right now. For one, it is done by design. It's done because of our ignorance. That's it. That's all it is. It's just because we don't look deeper in a deeper cause for these things.
Yeah.
It's not even fun anymore for people to talk about relationships, but you got everybody talking about fucking relationships. Ain't that crazy? It ain't fun to talk about sex. Like the conversation we having, this shit is fun.
It is a fun conversation, right?
Me and my girl, we was just had. That's why that's another show we gotta have, because all of us, we are in relationships.
Yeah,
we may have to have that one right.
That would
We
be
should.
dope.
That would be dope.
All of us.
That would be dope.
Oh man,
that shit'll be dope as
You know
fuck,
what?
bro.
Yo, I was gonna suggest that
Yeah.
to you guys too, yo.
You man, listen. One of the things that we, especially doing stuff like this right here, we have to find purpose in it.
You're gonna see me and my wife.
I've been trying to do, right. But you're supposed to, man. The best person to be able to what I would call intelligent boxing and intellectual boxing is your mate.
That is true.
I'm telling you,
it's true.
Yeah.
Do y'all all?
And it's
agree
hard
with
to
this?
understand that.
Yeah. You are a. This is the thing, bro. We all are mirrors of whoever it is we pick. You are a reflection. Your wife is a reflection of your subconsciousness.
That's deep.
It ain't nothing that you can say that can even fuck that off. That's why when you hear people sitting back and I hear, right, when you hear motherfuckers sit back and they talk about the motherfucker that they with, that they don't want to be with no more, you be like, you trying to divorce yourself. It is very hard for people to get out of relationships because they intertwine it with their subconsciousness. At the end of the day, there's no way that you can do. When you look at your wife, all you got to do is talk to her and she give you her answer. And guess what you're going to do? You're looking at yourself. You're looking at your subconsciousness. Y'all picked each other because y'all are reflections of just what it is you are.
Yeah.
You are your relationship. Y'all went an even further step as to have human beings.
Yeah. They reflect you when they step out that house.
People don't
understand.
understand how
Fucking
big that is,
architect.
Yeah.
Y'all architects. Y'all are building something. There ain't nobody else that can build what y'all building right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why when you gotta have these hard conversations and you figure out how you can find a middle ground by having the hard conversations.
Exactly.
And the person that you do it with is the person you with.
Yeah.
If y'all trust each other, guess what y'all gonna do? be able to resolve every argument y'all ever
And
had.
compromise.
That is something that you have to practice, and that is something you have to discover. Most people, when they find out that they mate has something different than they thinking and all this shit, they trying to make their exit now. And they would spend 6 and 7 years creating an exit plan. 6 and 7 years. They gone. They was gone a long time ago. But that's why other people would sit back and look at another person's relationship and they be like, I ain't trying to do that shit right there.
Yeah.
I seen what happened to Joe and them.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, but you're
me.
not them. They didn't understand that they were each other's subconsciousness. Man. They didn't understand that. That's why when you talk about sex, I'm telling you, that shit is way more powerful than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
It is.
It's just sex. No, motherfucker, that ain't just sex.
Yeah. Sex bring out all type of
feelings.
It
does. Because at the end of the day, remember, like we're like I always, say too, that although like sex, I feel like, don't y'all like realize, like you guys said, it brings like a certain what I want to say, like an energy. And when those two, energies like, meet, there's this like big spark there. And and it's true though. There is like a major like spark, and especially when it's with someone like special, that means, so, with someone that you obviously start having like feelings for, it brings out emotions. There's, like different things that I don't want to, say that like some people may have probably had sex with like for like, females, not necessarily men, but they'll do it and they probably start, crying, or they start like in a way of like, it's like brings out a certain emotion, but it's like excitement is happiness. You know what I mean? So, different people give off different emotions. So I mean, because at the end of the day, like I said, I feel like it's energy, and it's energy that we bring as people too. So because you can sleep with somebody, you may like them for that moment, but they have a different like energy. And you may like, damn, I probably shouldn't have slept with them. You know what I mean? Because that.
Let me ask you a question.
You get what I mean?
Let me ask you a question then. How do you pick the men that you're attracted to? What is it that you look for?
Wait, question. Okay, you saying how do I pick, or how did I pick?
I'd see.
Shut up.
Yeah, just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah, just in general.
That's a good question.
What is
how do you decide? Well,
how do you decide how you attracted to him? How does that come?
I guess I'll have to go off like when I first started, kind of, I want to say, quote unquote. I don't want to say I've never like I guess kind of dating. In a way, like for me, because I've always been like selective. I always liked a guy that was, obviously respectful, but at the same time, I don't like guys who like blab their mouth or to act like mainly like really just laid back and chill. Like a feel like that's what makes a guy attractive. Like in a way, he's laid back. He's he's not doing too much in a way that, so when the time for us to like the chilling stuff, the vibe and the energy that has to be right too. I don't like an asshole or a person that's giving a bunch of like some guys that they'll like to chill with you, but they'll act like overly cocky. Like I don't like dudes like
so Jeff don't have no asshole in him.
Well, this is the thing, Jeff. I tell him this all the time. When I say asshole,
yeah, him just alike. So I would say yes.
But I tell him this: he's a nice asshole. He is. He's a nice asshole.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about nice asshole. Okay, nice asshole. I'm gonna break it down. So like he the type I feel like what I got attracted to. Like, because even when we first started like dating, I used to be like, damn, like he to me, he stood out in a way because he was just like, I've never seen a guy like, I'm talking to you, I'm telling you, I'm feeling you, like we talked to each other, we was feeling each other, but then he still was playing like hard to get. Like, and you know why that really shocked me? Because I used to be I used to be the girl that I would play hard to get. That's how I was. I mean, I'm not, I have a soft side, but I have an aggressive side about me. I'm outspoken, but I'm like, so I used to be just chill though,
Right.
But him, I'm like, I like him. I used to think to myself, I'm like, why are you acting like this? Like, nigga, chill. Like, I'm trying to, pew. So then, what I do? See, the petty person to me, he was acting slow. I said, you know what? I'm gonna play his game. So when we was texting one day, I slowly was texting back, and I was like, I'm gonna treat him this how he treated me. And then he even said, what the fuck wrong with her? But then you giving me this. And then like, so it's like, he's a sweet person, but I feel like he got asshole ways, but I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like it because he's truthful.
Yes, that's what I was getting to.
He's honest with me. He's really honest. Like, if it's some bullshit, he's honest. He don't tell me a lie. Like, if I don't,
that's what I was getting to.
I like
most
boy,
women.
All that good boy.
Most women would say,
I like it.
Most women would say that they want They want the good guy and the nice guy.
I'm not gonna lie.
And the thing is that naturally, if we're a good guy and nice guy, that's what attracted you to us. But that asshole is something about being an asshole. You know what I came to the point of it is?
I don't.
It's being a protector. He's not agreeable with every motherfucker body. And you know he ain't agreeable with everybody when he ain't agreeable with you. And you got more power than anybody else got more power. So when it comes down to it, that's why I was like, man, look, there's something in me that I already understand. I got a little asshole in me. But then it got to the point where I was just like, but it does work.
It does.
Every man that I respect and every man that I know, and they have a woman, one of the things that I understand about them is that they women will complain about their being an asshole, but they don't want them to change.
I just understand because I just like hate that shit. Like, damn, you talk about niggas ain't shit, niggas is fuck niggas, but these are niggas getting pussy.
That is true.
Like, what the fuck?
Look at Future.
I'm the good guy. I'm not getting nothing.
But what's crazy? Because I feel like women on the low won't always like tell the truth in this, but just like you said, like I feel like no woman really wants a man that she can feel like she can run all over. Me personally, I used to feel that way. If I could run over you, nigga, you don't want me to really run over you because like I could do that. But
I can go I
can do that, but I don't want a man that I can run over. Women do want to feel like the security part of like, even though he could be, I want him to be respectful and be nice, but I want him to sometimes put up a little, like not a fight, but I don't want you to feel like. I mean, sometimes it's good to have no disagreements. It is good to have that. You don't want to always, I'm not saying you agree on everything, but you're a human being. You got your own point of view of something. I have my own point of view, but that don't mean that we can't coexist and get along and be one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing is that the conflict will come between. That's why when people be trying to have relationships without having conflict, no, it's going to come. You don't have to be. You don't have to, right? Yeah. But you don't have to have conflict to the point where it's negative conflict. It's just to make us better, right? So you got to have your own. You have to, just like what he respects about you is that you have your own mind, right? Because what happens is that it also, what it does, it challenges him, like. You have a way, and a lot of women don't know how to challenge their men based off of their integrity, right? Yeah. Y'all always got to have, that's why it's always this thing called a check-in, right? And y'all always got to have some assurance where this motherfucker is still my protector, especially as far as we go in. And the way that you do it a lot of times is for the simple fact that you have your ways on pushing his buttons. Yeah. Like, that was the thing. Women, your woman is gonna push your button, even if it's in a playful way or whatever. She's gonna, because it's like a test. Yeah. It's like a test of time. Just like with us as homeboys. And this is a subconscious thing that we do. If you have a dude that y'all in the same clique, and this probably be younger, when you in your younger, like y'all played sports before, so you already understand that the bravado with men, it comes with us sometimes picking with one another, and we pick to see how good this dude either can fight or if he gonna have my back. So the nigga that you probably that's in your clique that you had a fight with, y'all fought at that time, but y'all still call yourselves brothers. Why? Because y'all have to, it's like a nut check. Yeah. Let me see it, because nigga, if you a bitch ass nigga, I can't have you in my clique at all. So men do that. Yeah. What you think? Women do it even more than we do it. They don't want they would sit back and talk that nice guy shit and all that. If you want a nice guy, go get a girl. Yeah, but if you want a dude that's just a man, we ain't trying to be way out here and I'm a man and pump our chests out and none of that shit. We don't never do that. We just men. You know what I'm saying? We ain't acting like men. It's we natural. Just fucking men. It is gonna be some time where we just gonna be like, what? Hell no. Fuck that shit. We just like that. We just not gonna be agreeable as dudes. And we're not gonna be, I guarantee it, we're not gonna be 100% just this guy that's just, you know, he's just a prince and he's a white Romeo, you know, a white knight and all that shit. No man. I don't give a fuck what color he is. It's never gonna be 100%
what they call Disney fairy tales, man.
Right. And when you got children, that's where you see a woman and children is where you see a man in his most vulnerable. If a motherfucker ain't never had a woman that he loved, he'd never be vulnerable.
That's a fact. That's why when you watch movies, right, like the hero or you know the person that's fighting for the good cause, when the villain want to attack, they go for the kids or the wife. Yeah, I know that's the most softest spot that man's gonna have.
Because a man knows you fuck with like the man. If the man knows you fuck with the wife and kids, a man he's gonna choose violence. So
no doubt,
you know what I'm saying. If you're a man, you're gonna fuck with a. You could talk shit about a nigga all you want, but when you're talking about the kids and the wife, you're like, as men, we expect violence. You know what I'm saying?
There's a low level threat of violence between men. You know, when you with another man, you understand that it can go left. You know,
that's why I tell females, stop testing these dudes.
especially these bitch made dudes.
You want to be equal, these dudes, you gotta understand, like these dudes will choose violence. Now,
but they choose violence off of. But
everybody ain't like me.
But they choose violence off of. They choose violence off of emotion.
Emotion.
Like
that's even worse.
Yeah, I would tell anybody when you talking about taking away my livelihood, you fucking with my family, my money, all these different things. I choose violence. At the end of the day, I choose violence. Now, is that my first go-to? No. Negotiations is my first go-to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But ultimately, if I have to protect me and what's mine, I choose fucking violence. That's just what it is. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of the things is that they've made men way more pussified than they should be. Now, and they made women way more fucking abrasive than they should be. At the end of the day, that's why I like a soft woman. But I want her to be vigilant and I want her to be able to speak her mind. That's it. But don't speak your mind like they talking about. I just gotta keep it real. I just gotta, all that crazy.
I don't need a man.
That's why you listen. If you got the idea of that's why I need a fucking man. That's why I need a motherfucking man, because when I'm tired of arguing with these bitch motherfuckers, I just go talk to him. And he'd come there and he'd be like, what the problem is? We got a problem. He'd come there like, what's old boy? When Q, what was it? It wasn't Dope Boy, was it? Do we got a problem? Yeah. I said, we got a problem. Right. That's how the man gonna come to him. We got a problem. So, and that's why, like now, man, people are so, it's not hard right now in this world, man. It's not. People are making it too fucking hard than what it actually is. If we know what our roles are, I got a masculine role, you got a feminine role. Let's explore those roles You may not know that shit right now. Just come to a consensus of saying, I don't really know what it is. Listen, we done had many a women that'll sit back and say, listen, I may be a little too abrasive. I may be a little too, masculine. And I'm trying to tone that shit the fuck down. And then they give you reasons why they act the way they act and things like that. That's, man, all right, I'm gonna work with you on it. Yeah. So when you're doing something that's, that's abrasive to me, I'm gonna bring it to your attention. Now, what I gotta figure out is how to bring it to your attention, and I can still be benevolent. I can just be straightforward and just benevolent, where you can trust that what I'm saying to you is the goddamn truth, and not me picking with your ass. What we got right now is just that bullshit. Men feel that women are picking on them. Women feel like men picking on them, and everybody feel. Fuck that shit. We'll get back to feelings later, because right now everybody feeling. Let's go on back to what I think, what I know, the things that we need to do to get, yeah. And it's not for us. It's for the next person. Yeah. If we doing it for the next person. The craziest thing was when my daughter, she has my grandson, and I got a chance to spend my time with him, and I'm like, damn, I see me. That shit dope. That shit is dope as hell. So my whole thing to her is like, damn, me and your mama was trying to do something. It wasn't even for you. It's actually for your son. For your son, yeah. That's when people talk about what love and unconditional love is. If it's unconditional, you don't even know you're doing it. You don't even know you're doing it, because you're doing it for someone that ain't even here yet. If they here, it's conditional. Like you can have unconditional love for your child. No, the condition is that's your goddamn child. What are you talking about? So unconditional, they ain't even here yet. You do it for the greater of good.
It's not about you. Yeah, man.
So if you fucking, ain't that the dopest shit in the world to fuck for the greater of good? And you find somebody that you admire, you find them sexy and all that shit, and you can fuck them without having condoms and all that, and say, listen, we about to have a motherfucking baby.
Yeah.
And if carefree, the baby come, guess what we still doing? Working to fuck this shit out. I don't give a fuck if we argued about some goddamn food stamp. I don't know what the fuck. We gonna struggle to fuck together. It is what it is. Yeah. Until this child is gone, man, listen, we gonna have to sit back and figure out how to do this shit right here. We don't know the art of that anymore. We don't know the art of that, and it's getting out of fucking hand.
It is.
That's why we got to talk about some shit for real. Sex. Fuck the rest of that shit. I don't want to talk about love. I don't want to talk about motherfucking unconditional love. Nope. Let's talk about something that really affects this world right now, and that's people having fucking sex. Fucking is really, if you doing it with no discernment, you fucking up people that ain't even here yet. And when they get here, you fuck them up, because now they here without a mama, without a daddy, sometimes without either.
Fucking up the community too.
You fucking up the community because you just fuck.
You don't got no, because one of the biggest problems.
Making bars.
Shit.
Yeah, bars. No, that's real. That's real, because one of the biggest problems we have is that our kids are not growing in a two parent home. And that's affecting them, man. And that's what we push, man. When we first started our podcast, it was more like, laying out the problems. Now, the direction our podcast is going is more like solution based, and that's why we do collab with you guys, and we trying to hit different topics that it's gonna like encourage and help people.
Yeah,
building families, because it's like you said, one of the dopest shit is to build your family and to not make it about yourself and keep your legacy. Yeah. That's one of the dopest shit, man.
That's some dope shit, bro.
And when I said that last show, on the first show with us, like with y'all, Jeff, like like you said, we need to stop being selfish, you know, because we're trying to get our own happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck your happiness. You know what I'm saying? Be happy what you got. Try to find what make you happy in your situation right now.
Purpose in that.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to go back when you was fucking younger or when you're single and shit. You think life was so much better than when motherfuckers do fucking break up and they get out there. It's like, oh, this shit ain't grass ain't green on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Like then I was in a stable condition with this person, even though it was fucked up. But now it's like, now my kids gonna go through it. I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? Because now I gotta go out here and date these people and shit like that. Date other girls or a woman gotta date other men, and it's the same results. They still not happy what they got. You know what I'm saying? So.
And a lot of times, as people put expectations on happiness too fucking high up there,
bro.
Fuck your happiness. Sometimes it's duty. At the end of the day, it's about duty.
It's about duty.
Yeah. It's about motherfucking duty. That's why sometimes you have to sit back, man, and listen. I look at YouTube a lot, man. I be looking at shit and I search for different shit, right? For one, because I don't want to talk about what other people are talking about. Or if they're talking about it, I want to give a different spin on it, right? So when I sit there and I talk and I see all these goddamn relationship gurus and all this shit right here, if you ain't fucking married, quit talking about fucking marriage. If you've never been married, stop talking about fucking marriage. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Even if you is married, stop trying to like you got the you like the guide or something like.
No, keep it. Keep it 100. See, the thing is,
ain't keep it at 100, bro.
Quit being a therapist, right? Quit being a motherfucking therapist. What you have to do is what we doing right now. We talk. We ain't trying to tell each other what you should do, you know. We're talking about things because we don't have all the fucking answers to. Yep. And a certain thing, that's one of the reasons why we call this podcast What We Know. We're just talking about what we know. And we're going to try to grow from that. We're going to start from that base right there, and then we're going to talk about it there. We didn't try to come here to be therapists or experts or nothing like that. Yeah. We're just regular ass niggas on a podcast. But we want to talk about something that's worth talking about. We don't want to just sit back and like, I guarantee, bro, that's why we have to keep, like, when you talk, you have to record everything that you say. You know, when it's kind of like an artist. You have artists, man, that say it every time I make a song, I'm going to record it. Because we're not going to be here all our life. But this shit can last longer than us. It may not hit all the ears right now, but who's to say 50 years from now?
Somebody gonna look back.
Somebody look back and be like, "Hey, man, these motherfuckers was doing the thing." Because think about right now, we're doing this shit, man. Right? We got a whole different way on how we are even letting this shit out. Look at the era we in right now. We got this goddamn virus, so-called virus. It's taking the motherfuckers out. Yeah. On top of heart disease, cancer, hypertension. And we're still out here trying to figure out a way on how to survive together. One of the things that I really admire about you and your wife, man, and y'all young, is that y'all doing it.
Appreciate it.
Y'all going through it. Same thing with Rob. I tell Rob that all the time. Nigga, I'm one of them dudes I'm in y'all corner.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that, bro, because it's like when me and Jeff be on the fucking social media, we tell like the uncomfortable truth to females. You know, saying that like to look at as sexist, misogyny. You know what I'm saying? It's like, or they say like, "Are you giving the energy that you hate women?" But it's like, well, damn, like. It's crazy because we're married, and you should want to listen to us even more because weird dudes don't have no intention of having sex with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like the reason why, like these dudes are lying. Like we should be on the same page because most females are saying niggas ain't shit. All right, let me tell you why niggas ain't shit. You're right. Niggas ain't shit.
And you know what the other crazy part is too, is that they want to see where your wives are. They want to see, wait, do you approve of your man talking the way that he talk? They want to sit back and see what it is. And the thing is this, and I learned this from my parents. My father was crass. He wasn't always crass, but it was times and moments where my father talked very crass. And he also talked very direct. And motherfuckers used to look at my mama. His own sister used to look at my mom and be like, "You be putting up with that shit?"
Hey,
and my mama look at them like, "You need to be able to find a man like this." Like I told you, 18 fucking years. Damn, that ain't nothing that you get a goddamn mortarboard. Hey, that is just something that life is showing you that you invested in a person.
Yep.
And the only thing that you did was have faith. That's all it was. My parents, I remember. Let me tell you one of the dopest things about being 49, almost 50. I seen my parents at 20 years old.
Oh.
I see my parents at 71 now.
Shit crazy.
You know how much wisdom I got?
Shit, yeah.
I see my parents when they were much younger than me, almost 20 years younger than what I am now. And now I see them there. I've seen my parents grow the fuck up, bro. I've seen all this shit I hear these women talking about. I see my mama do it, go through it, all these different things. When you see it now, like when I see my parents now, I still see the same thing. Just like when they see me, they still see their baby. But they've seen me grow up. So we seen each other fucking grow up. That's crazy as hell. My parents had me when they were 24, 22 or 24, I can't remember. But they were in their 20s. And then I remember seeing them 27, 28, 29. I remember when my parents were 30. I remember my father's 30th birthday. And my mother is a month older than my father, almost less than a month older than my father. My father is 24 years and he's 24 years and a week older than me. Something like that. It's crazy. My mother, my father is a week, his birthday is a week after mine. My mother is a month. Her birthday is a month after mine. I'm in October the 8th. My mother's September the 8th. My father, his birthday is October the 1st. They're basically the same age. So looking at them and understanding these numbers that's out here, my parents, they are the anomaly. Yeah. They're so much the fucking anomaly. First and foremost, there's very few people that are married that are the same age. Give or take 3 or 4 years. That's still what we consider the same age, right? That's an anomaly to be the same age as like you. How much older are you than your wife?
1 year.
Yeah, y'all the same age.
Yeah, 1 year.
That's an anomaly. Yeah. So that's one anomaly, though. The other one is, at the age y'all in, how many motherfuckers get married?
Not much.
How many black motherfuckers get married?
We got married at 25. So I'm 30. I'm gonna be 31. So it's gonna be 5 years this July coming up. I'm like,
what make y'all? I got one. Because I remember when this nigga got married. Before he got married. We knew each other before he got married. Wow. What made you propose to your wife, though?
What made me propose? I felt like that's the woman that I want to build my family with out of everybody else. You know, and the qualities that I've always wanted, she possessed all of them. You know, so from that point, I already knew. Like, as a man, when you know, it's a matter of just making a step. When you know. So
I feel like that's an all moment. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh. That's shit.
I don't even.
That's the same reason for me. Same reason.
It's quality, man. It's quality. That's what men want, man. You know, she gave me peace, you know, which is really important as a man that you know that you need support. And she's a great mother, and she's becoming a great wife.
It is very hard. I'm gonna tell you, it is very hard for a man worth his salt to turn away from a woman that is kind, that is no matter what her you know her flaws and all that, but it's something about that grab
Yeah,
that woman have on you where you just be like, fuck it, we about to go ahead and let me look at my account. It ain't really popping, but I'm about to make this shit work right here. Get this motherfucking ring. We about to do whatever we need to do. You be thinking something totally fucking different.
yeah, man.
Do you know that y'all are fucking anomalies right now, man? In y'all generation, niggas don't even look at it that way.
No, yo,
they ain't even looking at it that way.
No, what you're saying is so true because when I remember, it's funny. I remember when I met my wife and her daughter was 2, right? And I posted it the other day. She texted me 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, you could text? And it was so funny. Like, she was so little, you know what I'm saying? She's learning how to read and right now and going back looking at the wedding pictures, she was right there when I was putting the ring on her finger, and I'm looking at her now. And I'm like, damn! In about 8-9 years, she'll be 18, and I'm like, yo, we just got married 5 years ago. This shit is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Right? Yeah, and I'm like,
nigga, before I know it, I had a
grandfather
25 and a 20-year-old, bro.
And I was just in my 20s. Like, what the
It
fuck?
gives you chills. It gives you chills, bro. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You gotta grow up in this motherfucker, bro. Kids will make you fucking grow up.
That's true.
They are going to make you grow the fuck up. This is where you know. That's why you should never, I tell anybody this shit. Don't ever get scared of being old.
Nah.
You're doing, because if you stop getting old, guess what you are? Dead in the motherfucker.
Dead.
Hey, you know what I'm
Dead
saying?
in the motherfucker, bro. You out of here.
You know what I say?
Fuck that.
I want to go back. I want to go back when you said, I don't understand how most women, how she could deal with him. Like I remember you said, Carissa said the same thing. Like, how can you deal with him? Things that he say. Look, man, I said this shit last show. Look, the difference between my wife and you, my wife is an exception. I'm willing to protect and provide and die for her. I ain't willing to do none of that for you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Like, it's a big goddamn difference.
And like I said, like you said earlier, I have no intention of having sex with you guys. Yeah. So, hey, you know what? I'm willing to kill my options. What about that shit? Because let me tell you, you got these niggas out here in fucking relationships and call all girls queens and shit. Be the worst niggas. Be the worst niggas. The worst niggas be fucking. Hey, they be the worst niggas cheating on women. But they want to assume they want to call you queens, give you all type of advice, and all this other shit. Yeah. Hey, nigga like me. Hey, this how I show how much I love my wife. I'm willing to fucking kill all my options. These niggas like Derrick Jackson, these other niggas on Instagram, yeah, man, pay her all her bills. Hey, all women are queens, man. Dumb niggas just keeping their options available. Fuck's that. Dumb niggas is just trying to keep their options available. That's how I show. Hey, nigga, that's how I be faithful. That's how.
Yeah, man. And,
right there.
And you know what's crazy? A lot of the some we got to talk about sometimes, you know, certain dudes they kind of fuck up the game because now women who are not potential wives, you know, they start having really, really high expectation from somebody they may be dating or just having these type of expectation period. You're not a wife. Yeah. Why do you expect so much? Like somebody sent me something the other day, and this particular person, they always sending me shit, and they're like, "Yo, what you think? What you think?" And I'll be giving her the real. Like it's the more that I talk to her, it's starting to look like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, okay, this shit makes sense. But I'm still like, I don't want to open up type shit. But I'll be telling her, yo, you gotta go to therapy type shit. It sounds like there's some things that you gotta fix. But the whole expectation thing, I just feel like your expectation can't be that high if you're not a potential wife. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and you know what? And that, man, listen. Expectations lead to disappointments, right? However, you can only see, you don't have to expect shit when you out there putting in the work. Women have some powerful shit on us, bro. That's what I was just saying earlier. It's just it's a real hard thing to explain. It's something that they will put on you, and it's a subconscious thing. They, especially now, it's even extra when they put in major effort. You dig what I'm saying? And you know it. You can see it. Ain't that the dopest shit when you can see your girl out here putting that effort in? You be like, it's like she doing one of them dope ass dances. You be like, look at this girl getting down. Because it makes you get to a point where you like, I will give my life to make sure you straight. I'm gonna give my life to make sure your life. It's something that they give us. You know what they call that, dog? Nowadays, finesse. She know what she doing, but she's doing it for the greater of good.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing it because I want my kids to be straight. I want, you know what I'm saying? I want a life to be good for, all of us. Fuck just me. But I'm with this man because provider, protector, confidant. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that we have it's so much that is asked of us. We don't even think it's that much, dog, until you sit back and if you put that bitch and you itemize that shit, it's a lot to be a fucking man.
Oh, yeah.
Whole lot to be a motherfucking man.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what separate us from them punk niggas.
Yep.
That's what separate us from when we can get out there, man, and be like, nigga, I'm about to show you how, like when we talk to each other, what we talk about, how to make money, how to, like, nigga that's really about it, how to make things better. We try to better each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't sitting back. So when you see niggas that sit back and they just talking about bullshit, I'm not in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in a conversation and y'all talking about that shit that ain't doing shit. I'm wasting fucking time talking to y'all niggas. But when you can sit back and the nigga be like, hey man, this is a way that we can not only make money, but we can make our world better, make our lives better. You know what I'm saying? And we offer shit to each other. When you got a woman that does the same thing, that's that mirror I was talking about. You looking at your fucking mirror because they always, and it comes in all different forms. All different forms. You like, I didn't see this in her at first. Sometimes it take a minute to see it in her.
Big facts.
Sometimes it take a minute. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to sit back and be like, all right, let me see what the fuck going on here. And then you sit back and then it's kind of like that, that little thing that got the little kinetic energy bars that goes and toot, 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 that shit right there. That's what a relationship is. It's kinetic energy. Huh. All that goddamn 50-50 and all that shit. Motherfuckers, they it's like, man, it's too, y'all add too much to this motherfucking shit. Just think of it in a primitive way, right? That's why people talk in a primitive way sometimes. They be like, look, what is it that your man want? He wants you to feed him. He wants you to be able to cater to him. He wants you to be able to be submissive, which means just being compliant. It don't mean being no bitch ass and all. It just means
they call it being a slave.
Slave. Okay. Then you say, okay, what kind of man are you looking for? All I got to do is just go with the list. I need a man that can be motherfucking gentle and he don't be taking no shit either. He can be an asshole, but he's very gentle.
Mm-hmm.
He could be blah, 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 this and that. You know how they do it? They don't have to put the list down because there used to be, and it still is, they just don't pay attention to, those type of men that's in their AO. All they got to do is just look. They be like, man, that's what make him, attractive. Think about it. Nigga, we lose our hair. I'm bald. But I'm bald because, nigga, I don't want to show my motherfucking sunroof. That's what it is. My woman, she'll sit back. She be like, baby, you look good bald. She couldn't even understand if I put some hair on me. She be like, nah, that shit ain't gonna work. Oh, I give me a nice little temper table fro or something like that. She be like, that ain't how I met you, nigga. That shit, it might make me look older than what the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? It don't. But what it is that there's a whole bunch of men that women look and they be piecing them niggas together. Uncle, father, cousin, the man next door. You know what I'm saying? That's how women be looking. They be like, okay, they see how this man is dressed. They see how he going. Then they see the responses of other women. Sometimes it'd be, earlier in their life, it'd be older women, you know what I'm saying? So then they'd go with that, and then they'd sit back and say, okay, when I start dating, that's the type of man I want. They would never find him because that man was 40 fucking years old. You ain't gonna find what he got going on in a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old. It's not gonna ever happen. No. But what you is gonna find is a nigga with a little swag to him. You're going to find a nigga that's out there, but he ain't got it like that man got it. Why? Because them goddamn hormones. Bring it back full circle. Yeah. Sex. Yeah. It's a big motherfucking thing in a man's world when they're young.
It is. It is.
And we have to figure out how to hold that shit together. Because if we don't, we're going to get everybody in the city pregnant. And we're going to have every motherfucking disease that's out there. Yeah. So what we have to be is a man that is super attractive to a woman. And they won't know that, and they won't figure it out until your ass is in your 30s. All they going to do is gamble with your motherfucking ass. They get you at 17, they gambling. That's why you would hear people be like, I was with this man since we were 17 years old. Let them tell you that whole fucking story. And you be like, God damn. Yeah. It was off and on and blah, 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 and this and that. And one of the things is, and we're going to talk about a lot of this shit. One of the things I could tell you right now, that there's no off and on with us as men. Ain't no off and on. You either off or you on. We just don't tell the women that, right? One of the things that I will employ younger folks. I ain't talking about y'all age because y'all up there now. Y'all up there now. Trust me when I tell you. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that's just jumping out here in the world. That's still on the beach. See, y'all out here swimming and backstroking and shit like that. You trying to get your goddamn breaststroke together now. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get that together because once y'all start selling, you like, fuck the swimming shit. I got a boat. I ain't got to do no more swimming. That's where y'all getting to now. But the ones that's out there that's scared to get off the shore, these are the ones that y'all got to give the message to.
That's how we keep doing.
The ones that's y'all age, if they catch on to it, fine. Yeah. Fuck that, fine. Yeah, man. Because them hard-headed motherfuckers right there. You know what I'm saying? See that? So the ones that you do is the younger ones. Just like I'm talking to y'all younger than me. I'm not going to sit back and have a whole bunch of table full of niggas that's my age. Because it's just going to be a bunch of niggas talking bullshit.
It is what it is at this point.
Y'all keep me on my motherfucking game on some real ass shit. Y'all keep me on my motherfucking game.
Okay.
Y'all keep me to a point where I'm like, man, I'm not about to get here and talk to these dudes like I'm not practicing that shit. I'm never going to tell y'all something that I'm not trying to do or I'm not doing. It makes no fucking sense. And we ain't going to sit back. Trust me, if I had 6 other dudes that was here my age, y'all be like, hey, man, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, bro. Because basically in your mind, you be like, I'm tired of hearing these niggas out here capping. I'm tired of hearing these niggas sitting there talking. Oh, nigga, all you gotta do is get these hoes out here, and these, and it's like they talk a lot of surface shit.
Man, where your new hoes at, nigga?
Nah, let me know about your damn motherfucking your woes, nigga. Yeah. Let me know about your relationship fuck ups and shit like that.
Man, we been on 3 hours.
Oh yeah, we been having good conversation. But what I'm trying to say, because I'm bringing it full circle back to the whole sex thing. We have to start being, and when I mean we, the younger generation, because I'm not trying to have no motherfucking kids. If I do, nigga, I'm gonna be joyful. That little big head fucker, we gonna be like, look, bless his heart with his old looking ass. You know what I'm saying? He just gonna be a love child. Shit, he gonna have something totally different than anybody else. You like, shit, I got parents that's 50 years older than me. Well, one of them anyway. Not just, God, I ain't trying to do all that shit. But what I'm saying is that we have to take this shit real seriously when it comes down to sex. Now, I can't wait till we gotta, when we have our spouses on here, I want to have some shit written down.
That'll be fun.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit'll be dope as fuck. Look at that shit. Yeah, man, that shit would be fun as hell, man. That shit would be dope. It's just at a point, man, where especially when you want to employ, I got other people, and then you'll get other couples on here too. You get other couples on here, they be sitting there speaking, man, because I know a couple of people that, they like sharing with each other. They get down with each other like that. Now, you got some couples, man, where, you do what you do, I do what I do. They just ain't, and that's what make it work for them. You just got those type of couples where they just be like, no, I ain't having that goddamn conversation with her. And they in good right. They right for that. Cause you like, nah, they like, nigga, y'all ain't about to fuck up what I got going on right now. I'm not doing it, nigga. I've been with this woman for 30 years. Yeah, we start talking about some shit. Nope, you ain't about to fuck that shit up. My father say that in a minute. My father, he don't give a fuck. He'll say what he got to say. But now, he like, nope. I'm not talking about that shit. Not in front of your mama. Nope. Hell no. My mom be like, nah, you can say something. He be like, girl, I've been knowing you you think I'm boo-boo food. That's what, that's the old saying right there. Hell no.
That's funny.
But yeah, let me read my cousin, my dear cousin. She's married too. And my cousin Tamika. What the fuck happened? I didn't get rid of oh, there you go. So she say, oh, I was told very young. I didn't partake until late in my in teens. Sex is small but very important. But what do you say? Important part of a relationship. Yeah, women have to be careful with whom they sleep with because women carry the man's spirit and emotions, and what's she saying? If you're sleeping with everybody, you have that messed up focus on and on your soul. Yeah. So yeah, basically what she's saying is when you as a woman is sleeping with too many motherfucking men, your ass become what's that damn singer? They got all them goddamn kids about to have another one. Kiki Wyatt. You come crazy than a 11. It's about to be 12 now, ain't it?
Yeah.
She's with child.
One.
She had one for all of them, and then it's gonna be 2 now.
Okay.
But the one, she had one for all of those, but that motherfucker crazy as a Bessie bug, bro. She crazy as hell, man.
I don't know too much about her like that.
She can sing her ass off, no doubt about it. But but I ain't gonna even just say her. It's like when you really see a lot of these women, man, once they done, especially when you see them and they've been in that life and they've been sleeping with so many motherfucking men, you see a lot of fucking shit in them. You be like, God damn. And that's why, like, once you get with a woman that had a lot of men with her, nigga, that's a challenge.
It is.
It's a big challenge.
It's like, I don't want to know.
Yeah. No, you gonna know. See, the thing is that's why I said sex is that motherfucking powerful, bro. When you sit back and you understand that this motherfucker has a multitude of purposes. When you sleeping with somebody, bro, that is you're intertwined with that person. You got 5-6 different frequencies that's in your motherfucking body. Me and my girl talk about this all the time. And I tell her, I say, this is just my belief. The body will sit back and wave at a motherfucker, right? Just the body. But the spirit already met that motherfucker before. The spirit was like, hey, look what you got. Look what you got in you. You know, it's like the spirit, that's why we wave and greet each other.
Yeah.
You, a total stranger, you'll just be like, hey, that's your spirit saying hey to the motherfucker that they already knew. They already knew that motherfucker. The body just don't know it. The body just like, why we do this? Think about it. It's universal. Anywhere you go in the world, how do people greet you? They wave. Why is they wave? And why did they go up? Nigga, that's a spirit, homie. Quit playing. That's the spirit saying, look what this nigga wearing now. Because the spirit goes from one to the next. And this is just my belief. It just makes sense to me. When you gone, what you think that spirit just gonna stay? No.
Transfer.
Right. And guess what it intertwines with? DNA. That's why when you see motherfucker and you say, you go to a funeral and you be like, they ain't moving. It's over with. Nigga, it's over. You know why it's so hard for humans? Because it's so abrupt. The silence is so loud. Mm-hmm. That's why the motherfucking funerals are so good, because it's over. Yeah. The reality is, man, you could talk about the person got shot. They was in a car accident. You could say all the things that happened to them that caused them to die. That ain't what you born in over. They ain't never coming back. It's over.
Facts.
As a human. As a motherfucking human, nigga, you going somewhere else. Yeah. That's why people talk about heaven. Right. Yeah. That's why people talk about hell. That's why people talk about all these other different things, because it's a mind state. Don't mean that they're wrong. It's just what they believe it is. Now, bring it back full circle again. Mm-hmm. Sex. It's the beginning.
That is the beginning.
It's the fucking beginning. Yeah. That's why when you see it, you know how dope it is, man, to see a motherfucking married couple with 9 motherfucking children, they rocking, and every one of these motherfuckers is doing their thing. Yeah, that shit is refreshing to see, bruh. Yeah. But do you understand on the outside looking in, that's a lot of goddamn work. Lights, motherfucking, all kind of energy is being exuded. How's they making it? Kinetic energy. Unconditional love, all that shit that people be talking about, but it's a place in all that shit, bro.
Mm. It is.
Why the fuck would we not want to be married to one another? Why the fuck would we not? See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Why the fuck would we not want to be like, fuck that? Okay, polygamy was one of these things that was really big, but it was for a purpose. It's like a belly button now. Ain't no real purpose with that shit other than fucking with multiple people, right?
Yeah.
It is.
But monogamy, the other people had different shit what they had, but think about what monogamy actually is. It's a fucking discipline. It's to be at a point where you say, I want to see if I can be dedicated to this person right here. Mm-hmm. If I can be sexually dedicated to just them.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment, man. Yeah. What you missing? Motherfuckers sit back and can argue that shit. Well, I think people should be able to fuck this and fuck that, fuck that, fuck this and fuck that. What has it done ever since?
Nothing positive.
Nothing positive.
Nothing positive.
There's no discipline.
No discipline.
Not
Yeah.
positive.
Damn, that's real shit.
Real shit.
Niggas ain't got no discipline.
So you want to have purpose when you fucking. You want to fuck with a purpose, nigga.
Yeah.
Telling kids. Right, I'm about to close it. That's what I'm about to get to the close off, but I'm getting there. We're not supposed to be telling motherfucking kids practice abstinence, practice being celibate and all that. No, we supposed to tell them what it can be, the possibilities and probabilities. I would rather tell them the probabilities. Fuck a possibility.
Fuck a possibility.
I would rather tell them the probabilities of what's going on right now when you do things without discipline in sex.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about my fucking daughter fucking some other nigga.
None of us do.
But you got to give them the tools
do
as they're younger so they can
gotta
grow
give them the
up
tools how these niggas
and
work.
be able to make their own fucking decisions. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're going to have to figure it out.
They're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
All that other shit, you ain't. Well, listen, this how you put the dick in the pussy. Man, we ain't about to do all that crazy ass shit. It's life. You got to get out here eventually in your life, and you're going to have to do what I'm doing right here. And this right here, what I'm doing, it takes discipline. It takes being able to be a yoked person. It takes being scaled. It takes all these different things. How do you do that? Be observant, read books, go to school, get the best grades, all these different things that we already have in front of us. That's what we tell our kids. Yeah. All that other shit on the outside, fuck that. Nope, it's fucked up. Look at them motherfuckers that you out here do. Yeah. They in jail, they dead, they all these different things. Fuck them.
Yeah. That shit crazy. That's real shit.
Fuck with a purpose. That's what you do. You fuck with a purpose. And there we go.
Fuck with a purpose.
Nigga, you fuck with a goddamn purpose.
Yo, that's so crazy.
You fuck nigga, what you doing with the world right now? You fucking the world with a purpose. The motherfuckers that ain't fucking the world with the purpose, what are they doing? Complaining that they broke. Everybody else is like, nigga, I'm gonna have
victimizing themselves and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck all
yes.
I'm always making excuses.
There you go.
And we got people in the world fucking is okay with these excuses and shit. Like,
nope. Look at the world the way it is and fuck it with a purpose, bro. That's all you gotta do.
That's funny. That's funny.
That is funny. So
and when you do
so that's why we hear girls say, hey, bro, niggas fuck the best because they gotta fuck with a purpose.
Yes, his purpose is to get your ass pregnant. Nigga got a lot of time.
Niggas money and shit. Like,
hey man, when you working too goddamn much, bro, I'm telling you right now, when you working too motherfucking much, dog, and you've been doing this shit for year after year after year after year,
yeah,
you just gonna have to figure that motherfucking shit out because look, whether you get some goddamn horny goat weed or whatever it is that you're gonna do, you're gonna figure it out because the last thing as a man that you want to do is to have your fucking rights revoked.
That's right.
That's all it takes. That's why when you hear motherfuckers sit back and be like, look here, man. When you get motherfucking diabetes, that's one of the things where it got me to a point where I was just like, man, I can't overindulge and shit. Motherfuckers, like, you get diabetes and your ass be on that motherfucking insulin for too goddamn long, you get impotent. Guess what niggas start doing? Eating like spinach and shit. Niggas, all you gotta do is tell a dude, that's the motivation right there. You ain't gonna be able to fuck. You ain't gonna be able to fuck. Watch what this nigga do.
So he helped you and shit.
And if he don't, then he one of them niggas like, yeah, boy, you about to delete yourself in a minute. You ain't fucking with a purpose. You just here. You just doing 2 pumps, nigga. You just pumping because it's you on protocol. That's all you is. You ain't doing it with a purpose. Fucking with a purpose.
Fuck with a purpose.
That's why she be looking at you like, nigga. Now what you just did was you got a woman that nigga go out there and make her think you cheating on her. She be like, look, I had a dream.
It was fish.
I had a dream you was fucking around on me, and I got up cussing your ass the fuck out.
Oh man, I get them stories all the time.
Nigga, I get this once a month.
You fucking with a purpose. I'm just trying to say it's.
And then your pride coming, yeah, you got them right. Hey, keep thinking that way.
My baby said Kiki Wyatt has at least 3 different fathers.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's right. She shot the first husband.
Oh yeah, I ain't heard that. I heard her say that before.
Yep. Yes, and this is the third husband. Oh, so this is the third motherfucking
husband. Wow.
She for the street.
She crazy than a motherfucker. Can sing her ass off, and evidently she got some good cooter because these niggas. That last nigga that got her pregnant, he was like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. Yo, can you imagine
God
being with
damn.
a woman that has 10 kids, yo?
Yeah. But
Christ.
again, I don't want to get too far back into it, but it's all about, the reflection, the mirror, all of these things, you know what I'm saying? But and who's to say? I don't know. I'm just, I just know as a singer. She could have some type of evidently she do. She's not an ugly woman, so she's attractive. But at some point, when do a nigga just be like, yeah, you fine as hell. I do want to hit it. But the chances of me becoming your baby daddy is very high, and I don't want to fuck with you like that because I heard you shot a nigga. That's enough just to knock that shit the fuck out. Fuck all that. Discipline. We have to bring down discipline. So what I would tell my children is to practice sexual discipline. I don't know if you need to be celibate and all that because it's your life. It's your life. All I want you to do is to treat your life well. That's it. So what? What we talking about now?
Big control.
Right. Any nigga that you with, let me talk to him. Let me vet him.
Yeah.
And I tell him, you got to fuck life with a purpose, homie.
Sometimes you fuck them, but sometimes shit, fucking with too much of a purpose, getting motherfucking crazy.
Yeah. You be like,
hey,
they be all right. They get over it.
Hey, every girl don't deserve to be fucked with a purpose.
Yeah.
Should just be get fucked for the
That's
moment.
a good point.
We can't listen. We can't even go to that no more, man. No, niggas got to start vetting. It can cost you your life fucking around with this shit right here. Really? Women have to start vetting. Not talking that bullshit on social media. Fuck these niggas. Why these niggas like this? Hey, let me tell you, I'm MGTOW. I'ma just go my own way. Fuck them niggas. No. We need each other. Women and men need each other. We gotta figure this shit the fuck out, man. Fuck that MGTOW and fuck that other bullshit they talking about. You can't all that separating shit. Fuck them niggas. That's why you know what MGTOW is, right? Yeah. Men going their own way. They just use women. Nah, fuck y'all too, nigga. Y'all just couldn't get no pussy. Yeah, these are the niggas that was sitting back and dealing with rejection. I sat back and I was like, I understand why these niggas they come to us, but that shouldn't be a movement. Yeah. You shouldn't have to tell a motherfucker I'm going my own way. And come on, man, we all gonna go our own way. That shit is goofy than a motherfucker, dog. You just go your own motherfucking way, nigga. And then when another nigga's going through some shit, you give him some game. That's what you do. You don't make a fucking movement, nigga. This ain't no goddamn no. It'd be too. It's too much liberal shit going on right now, man. Everybody is fighting to be fucking victims. The victim don't even know they a victim sometimes.
No, that's real.
Motherfucking victim don't even know they're a fucking victim sometimes. You like, nigga, you just got beat up by your girl. You a victim. Nigga be like, I know, man, but
I ain't no pussy.
I ain't no pussy ass nigga,
Fucks that.
I'm pressing charges.
Right.
Yes, officer, it was her. I'm pressing everything.
And that's that shit. Let's wrap this shit up.
Yes, sir. We have 4 hours, ain't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 4 hours.
We done. Yeah, we.
Hey, yo, Jeff, man, go ahead and promote your stuff, man.
Word.
Tell them what you got going on and stuff.
Yeah, man, definitely. Follow me on IG. Jeff the Don. It's Jeff_the Don. And check out our podcast, Gemini Talk Podcast, on Spotify, Instagram. Follow us. We got a lot of great conversations coming up. Definitely check us out.
We're gonna work on the YouTube. We're gonna work on your YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I gotta get on that. I'm getting a camera soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Anything you need some help with, man, don't hesitate. Reach out to us, bro.
I'm definitely
we got you.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep collabing, bro, because shit, man, we have good.
Y'all cool as hell, man. I'm glad I met y'all, bro.
Yo, me too, man. Me too, yo. You like that OG that got the game and giving out the young ones. I respect that.
Yeah,
I still don't feel like one.
Us men gotta stick together, man. Have these conversations.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. Episode 9.
Yep, episode 9, man. Yep, get with us, man. I definitely want to do another collab, bro. And definitely I want to do. We're gonna have to get it together, man, where we get our significant others, man, and we all have to. We get a powwow, bro. That shit gonna be dope as fuck. Trust me when I tell you, man. Trust me when I tell you. We have to get it to a point where us as men ain't afraid to talk to our women, and our women ain't afraid to talk to us. And we got to put in that work right now in order for that shit to happen. And then what better place to do it, you know what I'm saying, when you trying to give people a way to do it. So, because a lot of people don't know how to talk to each other. No. So
I agree.
I think that we can actually become powerful on some shit like that with some people, man.
So so we back next weekend, next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday.
I want to tell you, I got an interesting topic for next week.
Okay.
We talked about bullying. I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna try to set that up with my man.
Man, I love to do that shit, man.
Yeah.
That bullying shit. I definitely want to be able to talk about that also.
Yeah, man. So
absolutely.
We're gonna work on that for next show.
Okay. Most definitely.
Bullying.
Hey Jeff, let me know you be able to chime in on it, bro.
Yeah.
We got it.
Man, y'all know I'm definitely gonna support. If y'all want me to hop on, I'll hop on for a few.
No doubt.
For sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, that's what we know. You know what I'm saying? Jeff, Carissa, thank you. Make sure you check the podcast. Follow on Instagram. Right. Follow me on Instagram, thankful_Robert. And follow the podcast Instagram, what we know _podcast. We at 2K subscribers. You know what I'm saying?
Congrats.
Hey, we had a lot of thank you. You know, it's gonna keep
trying
going.
to get it, bro. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of people on our live tonight. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for tuning in, liking the video. Shout out to Instagram.
Yeah. Damn, what is it? DJ _JIGTYTE, Jig Tight. That's on Instagram, and it's on YouTube also, or is it? No, it's not. YouTube is DJ Jig Tight, and it's the same shit. I got like some old shit that I have on that one too, but I also have the same shit that I have on here also. So we did that channel, this channel, what we know, and we did Facebook tonight. So it's gonna be all 3 of these, bro.
Yeah.
And man, it's a pleasure, man, to have you once again, you and your wife, bro. All right, man. And we about to get up out of here. It's what we know. All right, Jeff. I'll holler back at you, brother.
Yeah, have a good night.
Take it easy. All right, man. You too.
Sure.
My man.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, good show.
All right, man.
Yeah. Dog ass
my
show.
Man.
Dog ass show.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah. For people be like, oh, you be checking your phone. I be telling them, bro, I do the promotion shit. So I be doing shit for our show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I chill. Like, you be texting? No. All right. It's just me and him.
This shit is hard.
So,
it looks easy, but this is some hard shit, man.
That's why
we ain't got no engineer.
That's why we always late. All that other shit.
All that other shit. Yes, sir. Yes,
out.
sir. But hopefully if y'all actually get a chance next week, it's gonna be a call-in show.
Yep.
We ain't really had nobody to call in yet, but we gonna get y'all in there. We gonna get y'all together, man. Most definitely. We're gonna get you tight. We're gonna get your shot group tight.
Yeah.
All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. Shit. I'm just we had a good show, man. It's late.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. We out of this piece. What we know.
What we know.
Your homeboy DJ Jig Titan, your boy.
Rob. Love y'all.